Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, and joined by a slightly different cast of characters this week. We have Hannah and Vincent joining us to take the place of Matt and Ari, who cannot be here this week, along with regular players, Dan, Kara, and Olive. Olive's, the theme is opposite day. Yeah. And so all of us, yeah, I don't know, it's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, the camera's not doing it justice.
I feel like
we'll post it on the
spend
Insta.
some time taking in Olive's outfit, and eventually you'll be like, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, the more because you hold the microphone too.
And anyways, I just realized Vincent and I didn't even have to dress up as opposite day because we're here.
It's perfect.
Yes.
Like this whole side is like D&D themed. It's great. So we are going to play Starfinder before we get before too long, but we do have a couple quick announcements. First of all, we are approaching the 2-year anniversary of this particular game, which will be happening in February. So we'll do something to celebrate that. Woo! Also, we are going to be having Adventures in Albaron Courts of Everest tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Woo! That's our original D&D campaign. We are entering into... Oh, we got the woos tonight. We are entering into a visual perspective of some kind of a hillside with a number of people kind of looking down. And so that will be very interesting and beginning at 7 p.m. as the group tries to advance towards the Coven of Unrest. And then we are Albaron RPG on Instagram and other social media, where you can see things like our encounter map in much greater detail. You can see it in all of its blinking lights, sort of right here, but you can see it way clearer at Albaron RPG. Woo! We also have albaronrpg.com as a website. And with that, we can start tonight's session of Mosaic Team 5. Mosaic Team 5 and friends. Last time that we played, you finished off the last of the deep divers who attacked you in the laser monster card arena, using real monsters which warped into reality as you, or Shade, tried to fight them off with a laser generated card. In the aftermath, Spice looted half a playable laser monster card arena deck, a Toontag VIP pass, and several capsules with tiny tchotchkes inside. You then descended the ramp to a laser tag arena that was themed after a USR versus ambiguous aquatic alien scenario. Yep. Echo led you into the space, laser lights flashing, fog machines billowing, and artificial sounds of battle pumped into speakers suspended from the rafters. Spice became distracted after casting Detect Thoughts and feeling a mind with a dark corner in it which hid memories away, a corner much like the one that Spice carries, and strode onto the battlefield searching for this individual. Echo, for your part, you snuck all the way around to the edge of the battlefield and spotted Portis Tambo, a USR veteran in substantial armor, walking a patrol around the green base of this laser tag arena, just in time to see Spice get spotted. An elongated figure of metal with a frame of armor that seemed capable of shifting detach itself from the nearby wall, and then rip a hole in reality, slip through space with the USR commando in tow, and drop directly behind Spice, initiating combat. Spice attempted to reason with Portis, who she saw as some... I like how you weren't even there and you could tell that was not maybe the greatest idea.
I can imagine it.
Who she saw some similarities with while using Sense Thoughts. This attempt was met with a shotgun blast to the chest, which knocked Spice off their feet. Echo reacted, speeding around the corner to engage the targets, finding it hard to land a shot beyond the first. Shade rocketed forward, but took significant damage from fire-infused punches from the now mechanically gifted Verthani, wilted under the assault. Gibbs skirted around the edge of combat, low on resources, but the lone filament between several of the party members, like Spice and Shade, both of who went down, and the eternal darkness of death, Spice laid hands on Hunter, and with a moment of desperation, burst Hunter into a single moment of wakefulness that enabled him to explode out of the fake cave he was tied up in, and into the midst of combat. This caused Portis to engage with a grenade, which in turn dealt massive damage to Potato Blue. Brigitte said they could find another and stalked to the group, now setting their eyes on Bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles stands toe-to-toe with Portis and seemingly invincible, but Portis reminded you, Bubbles, the problem with being invincible is that you have to watch all of your friends die. And leveled Shade to the ground. As the battle rages on and the lights and steam of the deep dive laser tag arena blare to life with both Gibbs and Shade down, that is where we begin this evening.
Fuck. Either you better be a fucking healer.
You're gonna one-hand the mic the entire time.
Yeah, this is how I play now.
Oh, okay.
That's how you always
This
do.
is, yeah.
Seems uncomfortable with the socks.
Okay. The socks are, when everybody keeps saying, oh, but it's functional, the socks are really why I feel
the
like
socks I gave you.
it may
Yeah,
not be
indeed.
functional, yes. Okay, so the way that this is going to work, we are starting right at the top of initiative. Hannah and Vincent, you guys can go ahead and roll for initiative. We'll put you on the order, and then we'll kind of describe your entrance as we do. So go ahead and do that. And in Starfinder, we use D20s
Yes, D20s and mostly
and
D20s.
modifiers.
Yes, indeed. Those are
21 for old Kit.
nice.
Ready?
Young Kit, actually.
Yeah, I know. And then,
Ooh.
Is your name Kabuto? I'm gonna die. Dude.
oh my God! Wow!
Oh my god.
That is way better
Why'd you
than
have
what
to
I
ruin
did.
it?
I still really like
Candy
what's
Kabuto.
going on, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, because
so-
last time we were stalking it, sparking in spring.
Yes. The way that this works out, Echo, you are going to be beginning, followed by Shade, who is down, followed by Bubbles, followed by Brigitte, followed by Hunter, followed by what did I write down?
Master Portis teeth.
Yes,
Portis.
Portis. Oh, he's entangled. That's what I wrote down. Followed by Spice, followed by Vincent, followed by Gibbs, who was also down.
Was I? I didn't catch. Was I on list?
Yeah, you were. It was Echo, then Kit, then Shade.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Maybe I did just skip it over because it's written in between.
Or I lost.
Could be a little bit of both. Column A, column B. Why not? Why not both? Echo. In this moment, you let's see, where are you right now? So you are standing on the other side of this barrier from this huge hulking figure now slumping forward unconscious. You can see Portis and this large modified Verthani, who are both looming over Shade, now unconscious. What would you like to do?
Well, shit. Echo's kind of crouched behind this, I don't know, couch, wall thing. And they're just gonna continue going for the old Echo special.
Okay, yeah, good.
Sneakily is popping up over the side with a stealth. That is a 31.
That is a
Damn,
success.
girl.
Don't shush. We might not last.
This is the part where it gets
This is
rough.
against Portis?
Yes.
Okay.
Every check.
And
Portis is the
big
green
guy.
one, yeah.
13.
13 is not a hit, unfortunately.
So stealthy, I just pop up and I pop back down.
You sneak over, and as you are about to depress the trigger, you see Shade's body falling right behind Portis, and you can't take a shot without risking that. So, anything else, Echo? Nope. Alrighty. So, on the floor above, though there is so much happening here, not a single person amongst Mosaic Team 5 was able to perceive this. There was a raging battle happening. And with these Dance Dance Revolution robots, not a sponsor, now vanquished, Kit, what would you like to do?
All right. So, if you were looking, if you did see this, you would see bursting in through the doors a halfling in a plea uniform, so white with a badge.
Oh shit.
She's looks very nervous and she's very young-faced, and her hair is pulled back into like a military-style bun that probably she hopes makes her look older, but in fact only serves to emphasize her baby-facedness. She carries with her a long gun, like a rifle, that she is is expertly kind of flipping from hand to hand. And as she bursts in, she's calling back behind her. Boss, come on, boss. Are you good? Are you done in there? Because I think we gotta move on. And she still kind of looking behind her, but treading cautiously forward now. After that burst of energy, she's just gonna move up 30 feet around these crates, just kind of like through this. Can I hear commotion?
Yeah, so like running down this ramp, first of all, you can see right in front of you a whole bunch of arcade machines, bathrooms, things like that. Off on your right-hand side, you can see like there's this whole fake like briefing room that's been set up for the USR quote-unquote team. But you run past all that and towards these little crates, and just directly forward, you can see on this like big fake stone outcropping, this completely bald, and when I say bald, no eyebrows, no hair, nothing. Individual who is crouching with a huge spiked hammer on top of the rock formation. Underneath them there is a augmented individual, augmented so heavily that it's kind of hard to tell what their species is. And they are looming over top this downed android. There's a whole bunch of fighting happening, and there's a gunfire that's going off. Okay. There is smoke, and you can smell the scorched ozone of a grenade. This is like heavy combat that's happening.
So, Kit again is gonna look over her shoulder and be like, "Boss," and then, well, here we are. So she's gonna level her gun and kind of train it first on Bubs because he's up there and like, no, he's too pathetic looking at me.
Very true.
And then it must be the big green guy because it's clear that he just downed a guy. So she's gonna aim at him.
So you like look up at Bubs and he goes, "It would be an honor to fight you," and he swings and just huge miss, completely whiffs like a good foot away from this other guy, and you're like, yeah, that's not the guy you need to worry about.
He's not the guy. He's not the guy I need to target.
And so who are you targeting?
Big green guy.
Okay.
Okay. I have a...
So point of contention, the big green guy with the horns, that is not Portis. The one who is wearing the kind of green armor, that is Portis. And so he's very small compared to the big guy. Yeah, he's big, like compared to most humans, but that other guy is gigantic, and that big green thing.
Which one looks the most hostile?
Okay, so what you're seeing. So
if they both appear hostile, then I'll train my gun on the bigger one. Yeah, it's easier to hit.
So you can see right now there is one like metallic armored individual with a shotgun that is like turning and is actively engaged. The other thing is a pile of organic matter, but you see tentacles, you see like a whole bunch of different animal parts that seem to be part of the same creature, but it's not really moving, it's breathing.
Okay. And I'm like, tentacles! And okay, if that one's not moving, I'm gonna fire at like the most active threat then, which I think is armor guy.
Yeah, definitely armor guy.
Okay. So go ahead and take a shot. That is 12 to hit.
A 12, unfortunately, doesn't hit. So as you are running, you pull and you depress the trigger and you just hear, and you're like, safety. You turn the safety off. It's your first day. It's, this is like your first big real mission. And so it's easy.
It is, we decided in the car. And under her breath, she's like, "I'm so glad he didn't see that."
You click the safety off. Anything else? Kit.
Nope. Just training the gun, being like,
Bubbles, from where you are aware of the fact that a very small individual, if this is a movie, like imagine that there's doors, they would burst open, the camera trains on that, and then swoops down, and they're holding a gun that's probably, I would imagine, larger than they are, if it's a long arm.
Maybe, but she handles it well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What are you doing, Bubbles?
Bubs is gonna look at Portis. And I believe Portis has his gun trained on Hunter right now, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And Bubs is like floating between Brigette and Portis, and his hands are like this, like as he always is. He's trying to like stop everything, and he's just going to just go at Portis and just go, "Don't you touch her! You don't know what we've been through. We've lost everything. Only she understands that what I've been through, and only then if we could just make it together and do this." And Bubs is going to just you can see like the desperation in his face. He's like basically just screaming these words, And he's going to go and just do a standard attack against Portis, just flying through. And the way he's going to do it is he's going to just thrust the hammer like a sword.
Okay.
That's a 10 plus 17, 13. So that's 23.
23 against Portis.
Yes, that's a miss.
That is a miss, unfortunately. And so you swing this hammer and you fly forwards, and using your kind of jets, not super comfortable with those in combat yet. But anything else, Bubs?
That's it.
Okay, you smash into the stone. That brings us to Brigitte.
Welcome to Starfinder. We hit something sometimes.
Yeah. So Brigitte's going to turn around and look at you, and you yell all these things about this is the only person that understands. This is the only person that knows what you've been through. Yeah. And this person will turn to you, and they will say, "Then you, more than anyone, should know what it's like. You would want to fit in if you could." And she's going to take a step back, and that would provoke an attack of opportunity if you want it.
Oh, I don't have the Dothko. I have the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, of course I am.
Go for it. Make your attack of opportunity.
Her body's
That's
made
a
out of like
12
aluminum.
plus 13, 25.
25 is not a hit against Brigitte.
Yeah.
And so as you slam, because it's against KAC, sorry, hang on. Magma hammer, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's EAC.
I think it might be.
It is. No, it is.
Which is
I got
crazy.
it right here, Joe.
You would think a hammer would be kinetic, but
But it's a magma
alas,
hammer.
it's
Oh, no, you
made
didn't
out of.
EAC, energy armor class,
I know
is
what
rolled
some of these
against
words
for a
mean.
weapon or spell attack that deal any other damage type or any combination of damage types, provided none of them are bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. And so, KAC. Unfortunately, that is a miss. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
Alrighty, so you swing as she steps away, and she's going to cross this space, and...
But she is entangled. She has to break free of my
You're right,
entanglement.
she does. And she's getting -2 from this ally. What is the DC for that?
17.
You'll also notice
Better
that
be a fail.
checks are a lot higher in Starfinder.
That is going to be a failure.
Oh yes, she's stuck to the rock.
As she turns, you can see she's about
hand
to turn,
rips.
and her hand reaches out towards you, Spice, and she is making a beeline towards you.
Horrifying.
And then her other hand just molecularly attached and bound to the stone. Not really thinking about it, she doesn't try to break it away initially, and just stops dead in her tracks. What does that do? That's just her movement.
Yeah. She's just her hand is just stuck to the rock.
And she's also one-handed now.
She is. And Bubbles, you're in attack range for her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she, man.
I'm for Portis and her.
So as she can't get away, she stops. She swipes for Spice and misses. And she's going to turn and she's going to say, "You and me don't get happy endings here. You could have what you want. You could have it forever." And you can see again, just trying to free herself for the moment, but that is all that she can do. And that brings us to Hunter, who is unconscious. That brings us to Portis. So Portis, can an individual cut the? Can somebody else try to break them free? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Portis is going to try to pry them off, and to do that, they are going to have to drop their shotgun. So they'll drop that. They're going to reach over, and it's an athletics check.
Strength. Which.
Okay. 28.
Yeah, dude. Her hand
And so
rips
you can
right
see
off.
he grabs onto her. You can see the armor plates separate out and vent steam as it takes extra energy to just pry it free. The stone comes away, still attached to her hand, but free is she. That is his action. Oh man.
That was his action.
Because most of his swift actions are based off of his actions. So,
Yeah, they are.
as a swift action, I'm gonna have him. Man, that's all he could do.
Yes!
Fuck yeah!
Good. Okay, cool.
This is
That
how I
is
live.
Portis'
Might have,
turn.
saved the
That
day.
brings us to Spice.
Okay.
Bruin, you are on deck.
Is there a way to break this sleep spell?
So
that I would know of.
you know, based on what just happened, that this is not a poison. This is not a disease. And Gibbs has kind of indicated that this is a medicine of some kind. So anything that would counteract a medicine, anything that might work for a medically induced coma, that kind of stuff would.
Well, then fucking tell me, Dan. Okay. Well,
You just need something to jazz somebody up.
oh, I have an idea. She's like, ah, as she like leans back away from what's her face's reach, she's gonna go, how do I wake somebody up? And meanwhile, you see her, she's bleeding all over the place, and you see her gills from under her rib cage are struggling for breath because she is fucked up. And she's like, how do I wake somebody up from sleep? And she's like, oh, I have an idea. And she's gonna reach into her pocket and pull out Jazzy Jiff's cocaine. Sorry, sugar.
So happy.
And reach across to Hunter's body, and she's just gonna lean over and be like, a little bit for you, and a little bit for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So as a swift action, technically as a swift action, you can either give it or take it. If you want to
I will
your
use my
actual
entire action
no.
for both of these.
You can't say Olive doesn't commit to a bit.
No, oh God. Okay. So first of all, make a fortitude saving throw.
And I want to fail this one, right? I need that extra speed. Okay, fortitude. Let's see here.
So stupid.
That is a 10 total.
Wait, you gave it to yourself?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So that is a failure. As you imbibe this, both you and Hunter, taking the incredibly expensive drugs that you obtained from Jazzy Jiff all the way back on the planet of Akaton, you, first of all, you feel immediately all of that pain shoot out of your body. And you perk up, you feel electricity shoot through your spine, and whatever it was that was holding you down before, an illusion, because you are ready to go. And you feel this like rumble next to you, and under their breath, you could hear this. And it feels like they are waking up, although I guess you will see on their turn. But you also are considering that you just gave a highly dangerous individual that all of Prime Station is searching for.
Yeah.
A lot of drugs.
And as they're coming to, I guess Spice is gonna say, Hunter, baby, don't forget, we're on your side. Bubbles is here.
So for the next 10 minutes,
Yep.
your speed increases by 15.
Yep.
You cannot regain health.
Great. That's fucking awful. You said for how many rounds?
The consequence.
It's for 10 minutes, so it's quite a few rounds. Now, anything that would end anything that would cure poison, things like that, can end that effect as well,
Okay.
for what it's worth.
I can do that to myself.
Constant need to just dance.
There's no way!
You have to use your free action to dance.
Yes!
So that is your turn, Spice. You do drugs in the midst of combat, and you do drugs for somebody else like, in the midst of combat.
I think you're really gonna like this.
That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Bruin. So Bruin, from where you are, you dispatch the last of these dancing robots that have had all kinds of sharp implements tied to their limbs. So as they spin around in what would normally be a playful slap, it would deal a considerable amount of slashing damage. After dispatching this robot, you hear your partner kind of murmur something under their breath. You hear some kind of click, but what do you want to do?
I'll move up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And do I just see the same thing that you described earlier?
Yeah, you hear Bubbles say, "You don't understand," and then this other individual just go, if you know, like all these exact same conversations happening underneath this rock. Yeah, people like you and me don't get a happy ending, all that kind of stuff happening. And you can see like a plethora of individuals crowded together, all fighting underneath. And in front of them, your partner holding this weapon.
So Russ going to quickly say, Rookie, what are you doing? Assess the situation and get some cover. And then I'm going to yell out loud, Combatants! This is the Prime Law Enforcement Agency. Identify yourselves.
Oh shit!
And then
The cops are getting here! Shit!
and then
This is most unexpected.
and then
What the fuck are they doing here? They decide to show up all the time.
It
Jeez.
looks like I can see some people are down, so I want to just cast a healing jump bot and just create a healing jump bot
Oh.
just in
Fantastic.
case.
So as you are moving, your hands disappear into this white trench coat that you've augmented to hold these armor plates. And as you reach, you pull just bits and pieces, PLAs and other elements out of your pocket. And in your hands, with deft movements and magic, it forms a tiny little scrap bot. You can see kind of will have to yank itself along on some very uneven mechanical limbs, but it's ready to go.
All right.
Does it have stats? Is it something on the board?
I have no idea.
That sounds like something that would. Is it a drone?
Yeah.
A healing.
It's a
It's
little bot.
small. It has.
Yeah, it's gotta be a
armor,
drone.
hit points.
Yeah, so
Land
yeah.
speed of 30, fly speed.
Yeah, it's a bot.
Yeah.
Now it has its own turn.
Land
Probably.
speed 30, fly speed 15.
Very unconscious creatures. That's dope.
Spice sees them. It's like, oh my god, they sent help. Thank God, someone's here to save us.
Alright, and then it looks like it says that I can give basic commands to it as a move action. I've already moved, so I can't do that, right?
Correct, yeah. You just kind of create this thing. You throw it out on the ground. And for most people, at first, it looks like you just throw a bunch of just junk on the floor. And then it's like the junk just begins to move and shift and pick itself up. And this is
You're
like...
the
Dirty
police.
cop.
This is like a Toy Story Sid toy creation that is just now like moving itself along.
I hate it.
But that is your turn, Bruin.
Yep.
Alrighty, the two of you have entered the laser tag arena, and there is a different kind of battle happening here. So that brings us to the top of the round and to Echo. Kit is on deck. From where you are, Echo, you clearly see this halfling just run in, kind of freeze in the middle of combat, and then a dwarf just comes in right behind them, litters right on the ground in front of you, and then yells, "What are you doing, rookie? Get some cover," after assessing the situation. And then they kind of like begin to move for cover, and then they yell out that it's law enforcement here.
This is pretty standard for what I know of law enforcement.
Useless.
Echo really only has clear line of sight on Portis, right? Mm-hmm. Echo's just gonna keep on keeping on, but confused and bamboozled, so Echo's gonna go to the other side of the wall and attempt to hit from there.
So you slide underneath.
Echo's
You're
gonna
using
go-
stealth?
Of course.
Cool.
Of course, stealth. So
Is
Echo,
this
that is Echo.
Yeah.
And Echo goes, boop.
Over here?
Yep.
A different bench.
This bodes well for my hit. That is, hold on, I have to do math. 37.
Oh,
That is absolutely a
Jesus.
success.
what's up?
As this like body of biological mass slides down against the wall, you use it to cover your movement. What was that to hit?
Use it to cover my movement as I just dive and start preparing myself a nice snack of yellow nutrient cubes, because that's a 14.
Yeah, 14 is a pretty big miss. You fire, and wouldn't you know it, PLA agents, as you bust in and declare your intent, you are here with the law, gunshots winging past you. And you're not sure where they're coming from. There's steam and lights and all kinds of there's artificial combat sounds being piped in as well. So like every now and then, even if nothing is happening, you are hearing like laser shots, blaster impacts, things like that, like all over you. But no idea where this is coming from just at this moment, just from the general archway area. Anything else, Echo?
Fuck.
Keeping an open eye out for law enforcement.
All right. Echo, you munch on some yellow nutrient cubes. That brings us to Kit. Kit, your boss tells you to run for cover. What are you doing?
I run for cover.
All righty then.
Boss, I'm sorry. I lost my head for a second, boss, but I'm okay now. I'm okay. And she's gonna.
You didn't make it through plea camp to just get bombed out on your first day. You are going to do this.
Gonna do it.
Play camp, hoorah!
Okay, so I run for cover, and so I know I've gotten shot at, but I don't know who by.
No
shot
idea.
at?
Or sorry, blast through.
Yeah,
flew
bullets
by
are
us.
coming
Yeah,
like by you, not necessarily at you.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right. And as it's presumably free action, Kit's gonna call out, please here, we're gonna help. Okay, and then gonna try to shoot the armor man again.
Okay. Echo, you've never seen good cop, bad cop in a shootout, but it's happening right in front of you.
Can I?
I love that.
Should I be making any kind of diplomacy check?
So, I mean, if you're going to use your action to like try to calm the situation with diplomacy, you definitely can.
Okay. I am going to use my feat. Where is it? Oh, my mechanic trick, splashy entrance. So I get to use my engineering modifier instead of my diplomacy modifier
Yeah.
when making a diplomacy check the first time I meet someone.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm gonna.
Matt, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I rolled a 3, so that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. I mean, that's still pretty decent.
Plus 17 mod. Jeez.
So-
Very good at engineering.
Yeah.
You step out after like saying please, and then you just duck back in.
No, Plea is here.
Okay. Plea is here.
Not
and you
to
just
be
duck
confused.
back in underneath, getting some cover. You cough a little bit. This steam is too much. You don't know if they heard you. So you take your regulation Plea like loudspeaker that's attached to your helmet, and you throw it over, and it has a voice modulator to it. You've never used it before. This is your first mission, so you throw it across, and then now that you have this over, you just say "Plea here," and it just like echoes across like this Judge Dredd voice, and it's significantly more powerful.
I am the plea.
And then can I say like the rest of the sentence?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Combatants, stand down, and let Plea assess the situation. And then she looks over at Bruin and is like,
Very nice. So forceful projection. That is Kit. Anything else?
no, that's it.
Alrighty. Bubbles.
Yeah.
You hear law enforcement loudly declare their presence behind you. What would you like to do?
Bubs is going. He's like still focused on the battle, and he's like hand is like still like posting off into the distance to where the PLA is, and he like turns his head real quickly and he yells, "We're Mosaic Team 5. We're bounty hunters here, and we're on a mission. When Nito sent us, and I had him contact you. Please assist us."
So Dempuanudo, you would probably know. He's a
Wanudo.
Yeah, Dempuanudo is an individual. So he's a Shuren. He is a member of PLA Vice, and so they often go undercover. And so there are kind of like varying rumors about them. At one point, they were running with a gang called the Huskheads, and so lots of people have kind of speculated, like, are they really, working for the PLA, or are they just like a mole on the inside? But they've been they've been largely up and up, and. They are the individual that said that there are cultists that are kind of taking over in this area, and that is actually the reason that the task force that you are both part of has entered into the Hollow Husk and in force.
What was the name again?
Dempuanudo.
Dempuanudo.
Okay.
Name.
Thank you.
You're so good at names.
It takes a lot of time.
Really does. Okay, sorry.
So that is what you hear.
Those sure names.
Anything else, Bubbles?
Bubs is going to now like train his head back, focus on the shotgun that's now on the floor,
Oh.
and he is going to bum rush the shotgun.
Okay.
As he's like doing this, he's like muttering to himself, I have to remember where I came from, why I'm here now, and as he's like rushing up, and the move action I'm gonna do, or the action I'm gonna do is I imagine Bubs is just probably. Can I just grab it and keep it in my inventory?
Yeah, I mean it's a. So he dropped the item. It's an item on the ground right now.
Yeah, I'll just grab it. It's
There you
better than
go.
throwing it.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You grab it.
I'm gonna put it in my bag, and then I believe that's all my actions. Picking something up.
Give me 1 second here. I think it's a swift action to pick up an item.
Oh, okay. Then I still have an action to attack. In which case,
Rock him with the butt of the gun.
no, I'm I'm gonna use the hammer. I believe I can use the hammer, correct? Still?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to attack. It looks like Portis is closer to Hunter at this point.
Yeah, Portis is definitely closer to Brigitte than Hunter.
Okay, I'm gonna attack Portis.
Okay.
And Brigitte. I'm gonna kind of like just like say this to both of them, attacking Portis, and I'm just gonna yell, and I now know why I always clench my fist. And he's gonna just go for just like a big old hammer right to the temple.
Okay, you got it.
And that's an 11 plus 13, 24.
24 against Casey, and that's against Portis.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any, because you're very close. I don't think that's going to be a hit. There's no bonus that you're getting or benefit or subtraction to his AC, right?
No, I don't think we got anything going.
So at the moment, unfortunately, so close are you. You can feel metal on metal as it hits this, but you remember this plate mail, this armor has already shifted to be bludgeoning resistant and seems to kind of just skip
I thought
right
it
off.
switched when Shade hit him to something else, though.
Hers, so they both have this coating of armor.
Oh!
It's reactive armor. It's an armor upgrade.
Okay, so Portis is bludgeoning, Brigitte is slashing.
At the moment, yes. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
Alrighty. So that attack just skips off her armor or his armor. That is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to Brigitte. So Brigitte,
Gotcha.
hearing that the police are here, which was not part of the plan, because this is
the police.
this is a place where the police don't go. And so part of the reason that all of this is happening here, sorry, Festus just reloaded on me. I have to pull up Brigitte again. Okay.
Brigitte.
She is now free from
My entanglement.
from your entanglement from Portis. Hunter's on one side, Bubbles is on the other, so not really a free place to go. Okay.
My girl. Can't flee the scene.
Ken is going
damn.
to rip a 10-foot space underneath them,
Yeah, the teleporter.
and you can see
Yeah,
as that
I was
opens
nervous
up,
about that.
another one is going to open up back here.
No.
They and Shade
No.
Oh!
are going to drop
Shade?
down here. Yeah. Because they open a 10-foot space. Whatever's in that space will fall through, and it can make a save to get through, but he's unconscious. And so you watch as that opens up, Shade's body just crumples on the ground as she lands very gently on these kind of recoiled or recurved metal feet. And then from there, that is her action, so she can't use the pistol. That is all that she's going to do. But oh no, she can move, duh.
Oh, fuck.
She's gonna pick up Shade.
No.
Wow.
Go 5,
Fuck you, Brigitte.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and get to right here. And she seems to be going for this cave.
No, I recall Gibbs saying she didn't see any emergency exits or anything.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, Gibbs also recalled that seems incredibly unlikely, and much like other places you've been, like upstairs, the exits were covered by kelp. They're probably hidden here.
Smart.
And Bridget's running for that cave.
Yeah.
That is Bridget's turn. That brings us to Portis.
Damn.
So Portis turns, sees Bridget leaving, and is going to nod. And I would say, Spice and Bubbles, you can both hear he murmurs, as long as somebody makes it. He's going to turn, he's going to point. Oh, he doesn't have a shotgun.
Yeah.
He's got his fucking fists.
No. So he's gonna take his hand, and you can see on the gauntleted armor there is what looks like an oversized carbon ring, and he is going to point it at you, and you watch as what looks like just an inscribed face on the top begins to shift and turn and opens up to reveal a small weapon as he uses a digitizer pistol
Damn.
and takes a shot at you. That is going to be a 30 to hit,
At Spice, yeah.
and that is against your EAC.
Yep. No matter
As
what.
this light flashes, there is a screeching sonic wave that just washes over you, and you are going to be taking max damage, which is only 19 points of sonic damage. And that is his action. For his movement, he's gonna shift. Bubbles. This will provoke an attack of opportunity. But yeah, and he's gonna try to shift to right here.
No, God! I might die.
Just leaned over and said, "You still have HP. It's fine."
And so, Bubbles, you watch as he puts one hand on Spice's shoulder and he yanks Spice as like a human shield. And this is like as you are coming in to strike.
That would have been a natural 20, but that was so cocked.
Oh, hate to see it. Not as bad as Matt's natural 20 last week.
That's a 6.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
A 6.
13, 19.
19. That is a miss, unfortunately. So they step and they grab Spice by the shoulders and yank Spice in front of them. And so you bring the hammer and stop, like maybe 3 inches away from Spice's face. And Spice, you feel just this burst of heat. But it doesn't hit. Anything else, Bubbles?
Does he have like the gun to Spice's head or anything?
No. He seems to be just using this as kind of like an escape route.
Yeah.
And can you do anything else on your attack of opportunity?
That's it.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
slides over behind Spice, and then not wanting to lose contact will stay there. That is Portis's turn. That brings us to you, Spice. Spice, at the moment, you have this individual using you as a human shield.
You see Spice absolutely struggling for breath, but she's going to, like you can see, she's hurting. And she's going to reach behind her and grab for a part of his armor and cast Jolting Surge.
Okay.
And it goes, and her whole body just like erupts with electricity.
And so that is a reflex saving throw?
It is, there is no saving throw, but it's a melee attack.
Okay.
Please be really good.
Well, what?
Oh my god. It was a natural 1!
Ooh.
That's the third natural 1 in a row.
So with that natural 1,
Or whatever.
you are grappled. They fully grab you. As they feel this jolting surge go, they grab you painfully by the other shoulder, and you can hear behind you them say, "I'm going to use you for cover. And if you play along, you get out of here alive." And you feel behind you this ring press into your back and the whine of the sonic energy as it is pushed directly against your spine, right between the gills, and you can feel like it is searing pain. But that is his turn, and that, sorry, that is not his turn.
It's my turn. My
It is
turn
your turn.
blows.
Yeah. So that is your attack.
Can I, move action,
Your grapple.
yeah, can I try to break free of a grapple, or is that a whole action?
As a move?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow that as a move.
Okay. What is, to
It's
escape?
kind of it'll kind of work like a guarded step, and so this is really you getting to make this attempt. And if you move, you're moving 5 feet away. You're not moving. You know.
Yep.
Move.
Okay. How about, let me see. Theme, knowledge, blah 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 blah. To practice blah 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 against. It's
I'm good at gambling, does it
squeeze. Yeah. So squeezing through a space. Never mind.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh my god, you guys! I rolled a fucking another natural 1.
So you try to jerk away, and they just hold
my
tight. You
God.
cannot
I
get
cannot believe that just happened.
You are a human shield right now.
Ah!
But that is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Bruin. Bruin, you say the police are here, and people begin to run in all different directions. There's still fire being exchanged, but it's moving further away from you. What do you want to do?
Alright, let's see.
That cracked.
Good.
Trying to see the range
in the
of
furnace
this
now.
spell.
That's where it belongs.
Alright.
Fire's around too. Yes.
Rookie.
Exact same thing.
Mosaic Team 5 are our allies here. Enemy of our enemy. Apprehend the others. And then I'm gonna move forward.
Wait, which ones are Mosaic Team 5?
Exactly. As he like runs off into the steam, you're like, I don't know who that is.
Well, since Bubbles is the only one that answer, I'm assuming you say that. I just point up to the jetpack and say, that guy and his friends.
So using your context clues, Kit, might be a swift action next turn, but you rush out away from the rookie and towards danger.
Let's see. I don't think I can see. Has this thing moved at all? What is this thing?
No, so all that they've done so far has been slowly sliding down this like metal barricade. It is a humanoid kind of figure, but huge. And you can see it's like somebody sewed or maybe fused various different kinds of creatures together to make this humanoid shape. It's, in the kindest words, a monstrosity, but unconscious.
Oh, the cocaine didn't do shit yet.
It's definitely doing something.
It's gonna
Okay.
metabolize.
Okay. Gonna wake up and go, damn!
So I just moved 35 feet, and I really can't. I don't have any options for moving anymore, right? Unless I want to take an action.
No, so what you can do in Starfinder is if you do you can do a full action move, and then you move 4 times your normal speed. It's not twice like D&D, but it's your full move. That's all you're doing.
Okay.
You cannot break up movement.
Correct. So if you're gonna move, you have to do it all at once. You can't move, shoot, and then move unless you have a feature that allows you to do so.
Oh. Let's see.
The laser thingy?
Yeah, right here.
Oh no, that's if you wanted it.
Oh no, I was just trying to. I need to do
It was literally in his
counting.
hand while he
And
was
he
doing
wants
I
that.
to stand
literally
up.
have to do a straight line for one of my moves. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's like have to like look through the box.
All right.
It's almost like there's only 3 places on the map that you could really do that.
Yeah.
I think I will do that. So I guess I'll come over here, and I see someone using a human shield, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see this individual green armor using somebody who is just like almost unconscious, who is kind of slapping at them a little bit. But yeah, there's a human shield situation.
Okay. And I'm gonna keep moving then.
This doesn't concern the police.
Yeah. She can live or die, I don't
think
care.
I see an illegally parked car back there.
Gotta get a ticket ready.
Let's see.
Moment break.
I think I'll move all the way to over here. No, I'm gonna move over here and say, what do I? That's Portis.
So you like run around this corner, you run through these fake stones that have formed these different little alleyways, and you emerge into an area that is like the green team base. These like green crystals glow from within. There's green everywhere, and that kind of like marks one of the bases here. And as you enter around one side, you are coming in behind Portis, who is using somebody as a human shield, kind of keeping them between Echo and themselves, and they are backing right now towards you. So you are coming up behind them.
Okay.
You also see an unconscious rat person on the top of that crate.
Okay. And then I guess I'll say, free action. Suspect, release the hostage.
Okay.
And that's it.
Alrighty.
That's my full action move.
You rush over
Nice.
there and
Free
free
action.
action. Suspect
Free action
release the
police.
suspect. That is free action police. That is your turn. That brings us to the top of the round to Echo, followed by Kit.
Okay. Echo is going to. Echo's gonna zip over here.
Okay.
Nice. Lay a hand on this light and use a computer's check to have it flash and hopefully disrupt this person's whole line of sight.
Sure. Now, when you say this person, are you trying to disrupt Portis or? Gotcha. Okay.
The one trying to take Shade
Yeah.
away. Okay. 7. It's 27.
27. That is.
That's the computer's check. 20 plus CR.
Hang on a second. 20 plus CR is.
Man, none of my dice.
That is not enough.
Of course. Well, we're gonna still try to hit. Nope.
And so you fire, but they are not using Shade so much as a human shield as they are just dragging Shade behind them. And you don't want to hit Shade. So you shoot a little wide. Anything else, Echo?
It's just so bright.
So bright with these flashing lights and that -3 modifier. It's really hurting you. But that is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Kit. Kit, from where you are, Bruin just disappears, and you say, "Who is Mosaic Team 5? That guy and his friends." And so that guy is definitely a friend.
Okay.
Kind of hard to tell who else is part of that group.
Could I tell who he told to release the hostage?
No, not from where you
So
are.
I can't see from.
You heard me say that, but you
can
can't
move
see
it.
them.
Which one has a hostage? No, I know he can move.
It's your first mission. You forget.
Kit might not remember, but this ain't my first rodeo, kid.
I can legs.
Legs. All right. I'm gonna. Can I move until you tell me that I can see a little bit more clearly?
Yeah.
And then I will stop. So it's 1, 2, 3. Nope. 4. 5.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
And right there, you can mostly see Spice. You are seeing one arm that is like wrapped around the neck and shoulder area, and that's like really all that you're going to be able to hit. But
Okay.
you can hit it.
But I know the green man is there, right? So,
Yes.
at the very least, while I move, using my experimental prototype, I'm going to calibrate my weapon so that if I do hit him, at some point I can deal extra damage to him, in the form of an insight bonus.
Okay, very nice.
Oh,
that's awesome.
it's Hunter's Mark, yeah.
Oh.
And
It's actually better than Hunter's Mark because that will help you hit too.
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
you gain an insight bonus equal to your mechanic level to damage on all attacks.
Oh, to damage.
it's
Sorry,
just
yeah.
damage. Okay. I'm gonna just move 1 square closer. Does that change anything about what I can?
You can definitely see them better. They're still getting 3/4 cover, but you can see them now. And a natural one isn't automatically going to hit Spice.
A natural 1 will automatically.
Will not
not.
anymore
Oh,
automatically
okay.
hit her.
I'm gonna try hit him.
Okay.
Um.
There is a very weak looking woman like struggling against him. So, I mean, you could you could probably get both of them.
But you told us that Spies is infamous
Yes, so-
for a wardrobe malfunction situation, and
It's
I
true.
am young, so I spend a lot of time
On the
Space
infosphere.
YouTube.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
definitely would have seen
Oh,
the
you're
J show.
like, I vaguely
No,
recognize
I'm like,
her.
oh my god, Spies?
Infosphere vids. Mosaic Team 5, aren't they famous for like the nip slip?
So is it fair to say that I do recognize Spies?
Yeah, I guess.
And I suppose what I know of Spies, she doesn't seem like a hostage-taking type.
No, and in fact, from that, you would know that she is a bounty hunter. I mean, that's
Yeah, okay,
what they're
okay,
being
cool.
interviewed about.
So Kit is like, is that? Hold on, Spies! I'm gonna help you! And then, shot. Oh
voice is
my
that?
god, that's another 12 to hit.
12 is not quite enough to hit, unfortunately. That goes just a little bit wide, and you don't want to hit the hostage on your first day. I mean,
Oh, God.
now, there's very few things more embarrassing than forgetting to turn the safety on, but that would definitely be one of them.
And then, as a
brother.
free action, to continue the talking free action, I'm gonna be like, okay. And then, remembering that she doesn't know who else is a good guy, she's gonna call up to Bubs, who are your friends?
Okay, that is your turn, Kit. You enter. You are now assessing the situation.
I am assessing so hard.
Bubbles, this halfling, you can barely see them down from the top of where you are, like screams out at you, who are your friends? What do you want to do, Bubbles?
Bubs is like focused on Spice being held hostage, Shade being taken away, and also this like very tiny halfling being like, "Hey, who's your friends?"
The vibes are very different.
Yeah. Bubs.
Would argue that is not what I said.
Bubs is gonna probably reply. He'll probably won't say who his friends are, but he'll say, well, no.
What? Yeah,
Welcome
what?
to Starfinder.
I've
wait,
played
Why
with Dan
would you
before.
say
I know how this goes.
The way he's doing it, because I mean, in his mind, he's
don't
not.
really use the F
He's
word.
very busy dealing with a hostage situation. He's not gonna
Coworkers.
respond to someone.
Yeah.
Team workers.
So the way he's gonna convey this information to you, and hopefully you understand it, Bubs, your character is gonna be like, please, don't hurt my team worker.
Oh, now you said it. All right, 1 for 1.
Love that.
1 for 1.
Love that.
Spice is gonna faint. Use her action to die. I don't want to live anymore.
And
It's very effective.
Bubs is going to try. Can I break up a grapple?
Yeah. So as an action, you can break a grapple making an athletics check.
Okay, I'm gonna
it as
try
well as a
to
relationship.
break Spice's, being held. By
Yeah, go for it. Make an athletics check.
Yeah.
You're gonna go, that's my coworker, but also get your hands off her.
Release my coworker.
That was a 7 plus 13.
7 plus 13.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, which absolutely beats their natural one. And so, as this is happening, suddenly from behind them, they just hear, release this person. And as they turn for just a second through the PLEA loudspeaker, that startles them just enough that they let go. And Bubbles, you yank Spice out of their hands.
And with Spice in his hands, Bubs quickly lets out we have 3 others, a Yusoki, and 2 androids.
So from over Bubbles' shoulders, you can see he slightly lifts this person off the ground. We have 2 others.
Are there any other androids on the board besides Echo and Jade?
No.
Point of clarity. Okay. I don't know what this bridge, whatever.
No, fair
They've
enough.
got robo armor. It's like MODOK, but in a sleek armor.
Echo is.
Alrighty. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's my turn.
Alrighty, that brings us
Actually,
to...
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm gonna just move up.
Take me with you.
Now, for what it's worth...
Not gonna move.
Yeah, because an attack of opportunity can target you or the person that you're carrying, for what it's worth. If you are carrying somebody. So, yeah. So that brings us to Brigitte. She has a shade in her hands, and with you, Echo, taking that shot and missing,
Oh,
from over Shade's body, they look at you, Echo, and they say, "Don't worry, you'll be reunited soon enough." And she just pulls him into the cave. And you see, from the darkness of this cave, a brief slit of light, almost like a door is opening, and then shutting slowly behind it. And that is her turn.
My foils are still active. My echolocators.
Oh, so then you can, you hear a door open and then feet as they go down some stairs. And actually, for what it's worth, it sounds like they get up about 15 feet of stairs, 10 feet across, and then up another 5 feet. And so they're going like up and around the staircase. But that is their turn. That brings us to Portis.
Damn it.
So with her shouting, that's going to attract Portis's attention. Portis has just had Spice yanked out of his hands. He turns and sees this PLEA officer. And so he is going to turn and rush up to... Actually, he's going to just run straight by you.
Can I take an attack?
You can. Now, are you holding a melee weapon?
How does the spike work?
Oh, that's right. I believe you have to use a swift action. You'd have to read the actual instructions on it. But I believe it's what I'll say is for this, because it just makes such thematic sense, if you want to use that as your attack of opportunity, you absolutely can.
Can I use an attack opportunity if I have Spice in my hand? Can Spice be the weapon?
If you want to use Spice as the weapon, yes, absolutely. Absolutely you could. Spice, who has very little health. Spice has like
smashing your
5
guitar at
health,
the end of the
and you
combat.
just beat it right out of her by using her as a weapon.
14 to hit.
A 14 is going to be a miss,
extremely close
unfortunately.
to permadeath.
So as you swing out, what is that attached to?
It's my wrist.
Your
So
wrist?
it's like I have a shield in one hand and I just,
No problem.
I punch at
It's
him
like
and say,
the
stand
Assassin's
down.
Creed blade on the top side instead of the bottom, and you just you will be peaceful. Unfortunately, it just glances right off of what is, you discover as it hits and shinks away little elements of this paint. That is military grade armor underneath what is like fantasy paint. But they are running and heading towards Echo. Echo, they cannot quite make it to you, and so from where they are,
Did you make your cosplay out of Kevlar?
he actually, by putting paint over it, he downgraded his armor. But let's see. He lost his gun. He only has his digitizer pistol, so that's what he's going to use. He's going to level this ring at you, and as it howls, that is going to be Echo, a 29 to hit against your EAC.
Nope.
Nice.
29? Yeah, holy shit.
Against your EAC?
Against anything. You miss me,
Ooh,
baby.
Very nice. And so, Echo, you were able to just duck underneath this element of like metal, and you were able to dodge out of the way as this huge burst of sonic energy waves over you. All the ceramic behind you that forms the walls just crack.
Echo quickly retracts the echolocator foils and like puts them back
Yeah.
up like, whoa.
But that is all that they can do, and that does bring us to Spice. You have been ripped out of the hands of this individual. You are now in Bubbles' arms. What do you want to do?
First things first, she looks up at Bubbles and go, "What did you just call me?" And then
Babe, it's not the time.
she's gonna go, "You better, how should I say this? You better hurry your ass up." And she's just gonna grant you hurry.
And so you realize that you probably should. Spice seems kind of mad, and that either ends really well or really badly.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
Ambiguous.
So anything else, Spice?
So am I in the? I'm here.
Yep.
I'm going to move around Hunter and use him as a meat shield.
Okay.
Lay on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drop prone then.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Even without dropping prone, they provide half cover. They're huge.
Yeah, good.
So no problem. You can duck down behind them.
Like, fuck!
That is your turn. That brings us to Bruin.
Did space cocaine have an effect?
So they're
would've
still
used it.
breathing very heavily. Like,
Just having some real nutso dreams.
probably, yeah. I mean, cocaine isn't going to wake you up from a medically induced coma, but it's really going to fuck up your heart. Like, I have to really think about those two drugs because I don't know enough to really understand how they interact, but it's not good. I can tell you that uppers and downers together, not good.
What type of action is it to draw like a small arm?
Swift action.
It's a swift action. Okay.
Too real.
There are some, you don't have one, but yeah, it's swift action.
Alright, then I am going to swift action retract my spike.
Okay.
And then I will
Your soundboard.
I'll cast grease on this guy.
You cast grease on this guy.
Yeah, and I'll say stand down.
Okay. And so I think that targets an area, correct?
Yeah. So I guess I'll target the area that he's on.
Okay.
So he needs to make a reflex save.
He fails. That is a natural one.
Alright, he falls prone, and also he can't move this round.
Okay. So as he
wait.
turns and rushes towards you, Echo, he holds out this digitizer pistol and then just slips in this oil slick that just right in front of you. You saved it.
Everything is safe. It's also secret.
So he's prone,
Yeah, absolutely. He failed that bad.
and then I'm gonna, as my move action, I'm gonna send a command to my junk bot. So, for the people I've seen hurt, Spice looks really hurt. I think I see Gibbs here, but did I see that she was like down up there and like unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say the command to the junk bot will be to. How does dying work or being down work in
my God.
Starfinder?
So you can make a medical check to stabilize somebody.
Alright, I will tell the junk bot to stabilize the
Isoki.
So
Sure. So it just climbs off and clambers its way towards them.
So when does the junk bot go? Should I
It,
roll
go, it,
initiative
it can
for
go on your move. Makes the most sense.
All right, so then it's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So just start moving towards the Isoki.
So using all of its metallic limbs, it drags itself forward. Excuse me. Anything else?
Let's see, and that is my turn.
Alrighty, Echo. That brings us to you.
This is gonna take Echo off the board,
Okay.
Yeah.
but Echo wants to keep eyes on Shade and
Yeah.
Brigitte. Echo's gonna follow them.
Okay. So you rush out just in time. You see the door shut. Very much kind of like the handle thing is painted black, and so it all blends in. But you press right through, and if you do, you can open up. Sorry.
With a move of 60 feet, do I get within shooting range?
Oh, absolutely. Because when you open the door, they have gone 15 feet up, 10 feet around, and then like another 5 feet. They are like just above, and you can see them through the railing. You could probably reach out and grab their ankle if you wanted to.
I don't trust Kara with that.
Damn.
You know, it's not really a stealth if I just burst through the door. I'm trying to think of what like operative thing I can use.
This
for
is a
trick attack.
tough place to get a trick attack from.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I like how intimidate is an option, but that's not an option for Echo.
Bitch, get back here.
Have you heard
Bitch,
Echo attempt to?
get back
What you doing?
here.
Echo is just going to shoot for the knees.
Okay, make your attack roll. And are you specifically targeting the knees?
Echo is just kind of just trying to hit them so that they slow
Okay.
down. With a 28 for their, I believe, KAC because it's cold and piercing.
That is going to be a hit.
Yes! Too bad it's not a trick attack.
Pizza, pizza.
8 plus 4, that's 12 cold and piercing damage, which again, it's a large bucket, but I have place to drop inside.
I mean, there's not been a ton of damage done to Brigitte. There's really been like 1 or 2 good hits, and that's still a good amount.
And then Echo just follows that up with, please, drop the android.
Okay. So you fire. There is this kind of ricochet as it goes up and around the staircase. There's a little bit of blood that hits you, and so you know that that was a hit. But anything else, Echo?
Echo stays where they are, like holding the weapon out.
Okay. That is your turn. That brings us to Kit.
All right. So the 2 androids are gone now. Right in front of Kit, there's only like allies or non-combatants. So Kit's gonna take a deep breath. Okay, I can do this. Here I go. It's just like in boot camp. 5, 6, and probably can't see anything.
You like rush up there, and so short are you. You can't even see over the barriers that have been erected to be like chest height for children.
Hold on. Can I'm gonna move differently. I would know that I wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, that's you're very small, and so for you, that individual is big enough for Spice to take cover behind.
What are the rules for climbing?
So, do you have a climb speed?
Probably not.
I'm just a little guy, you know?
I'm gonna say it's
Probably
probably
not.
an athletics check, and then there's a DC, and based on how much you succeed the DC or exceed the DC by, that determines how much you can move.
We're climbing, baby.
Make an
We
athletics
climbing.
check. There you go.
Oh, there it is. You don't have a climb speed.
No climb speed. Okay. All right. So what I would like to do, I'd like to climb up to here, and then, if you'll allow it, try to get up on here. But that's probably not going to be.
Make an athletics check, and we can kind of do it as one check.
Yeah. Okay. Athletics check.
Oh boy.
No, I'm rolling a die for this one. Hell
yeah.
That's going to be a 25.
25, pretty good. So you realize that going through this little chokehold has only seen people get knocked down, and so instead you turn around, you like scamper up this shipping container, you hold on to elements that are usually used to lash it onto things and use it as a ladder, and you reach the top and swinging around, you just leap. And in your mind, you're gonna just run up this rock. You really end up landing like sprawled, spread eagle across it, and just manage not to fall down. It doesn't look cool, but you're up there.
Okay, and that was just my move action and not anything else, or is that an action?
Correct.
Hell yeah. All right.
Now, for what it's worth, in Starfinder, you can't break up your movement, so this is where you're ending.
Correct. Yeah,
cool.
I understand. So can I see Portis from here?
Yeah, so you are like hugging the rock, and you look down over your right hand shoulder. You can see Portis, just over the crate. You can see Portis. You can see Gibbs a little bit better than Portis.
And are there rules in Starfinder about ranged attacks on prone figures?
Yes, there are. Give me just one second.
Is it easier or harder?
Harder.
Makes sense.
That's how it is.
Look, I'm helping.
Great work, Sweet Tea. So proud of you.
Yeah, so they have a circumstance bonus to their AC.
Okay, so I
You don't
just
have to
roll
worry
and you
about
tell
it.
me.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't have to worry about it.
All right, that is a 30 to hit.
Damn!
30?
There we go.
Oh, that's a natural 20!
Very nice. So just like
Yeah, wait a
D&D,
second,
roll the
yeah.
dice, double the dice, then add the modifier.
Amazing. Okay. So, and then on top of that, because my experimental prototype feature is still up, I also gain an insight bonus
Equal to your
mechanic level.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so,
yeah. This
plus
is
8. And does that get double too?
no, it doesn't. It's only on the dice.
So it's
I think you just click this here and add. Okay.
okay, so
Let her cook.
36 points of damage.
Oh,
Damn.
damn, that is high for this
If
game.
it matters, my gun has the penetrating feature.
Is that a
I know
crit?
he's got like crazy armor, so
Give me 1 second.
Oh, girl, you win the game. Done. Thank you. Encounter over. He's dead.
you're welcome. And if you die, you can have this character if you want.
Thank you. I'm getting close, and that's why I'm hiding behind a body.
No,
So
I know. We
you-
all have like 12 back.
As you scamper up this element, like you are barely clinging on, and so from one hand you slide the rifle over and it down the rock, and you kind of catch it, and so you are like hugging it, and just barely can you grab the trigger. This
And I
is
can use the rifle one-handed.
you
That's
absolutely
one
can.
way.
That's what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are holding with one hand the rock. You are holding using your chest and the rock to brace the rifle, and then leaning and just you can't even use a scope. You are just using like the bend of the barrel to really judge your distance. You fire, and even as Portis is falling, not even has he fallen yet, as he is falling, you strike him and it goes through the leg, so much so that it seems to almost sever it. You can see like the metal shrieks and bends and gives way, and there's an explosion behind him. There is bone and gristle on the ground. They are instantly very, very badly hurt. But they are
Reaction vomit, please.
yeah, sure. But they are still up.
Did I do good? All right, that's my turn.
Yeah, it's not like the movies.
No.
But that is your turn, Kit. That brings us to Bubbles. Bubbles, as you like turn and look, you can see Portis is just about to get away, and then they are knocked prone, and then their leg explodes.
Yeah. Free action, he's going to drop a med kit that he has in his inventory and just shout to Kit. PLA, I need you to take care of my team worker. I'll be right back.
What did you just say?
I mean,
Say it a little bit louder so I can hear.
Bing,
What?
it's not the time. And he's gonna
You said that the first time.
Where are you?
I'm gonna move. I can move 30 feet per turn.
Correct.
If I do 60, it'll bring me right to the rock.
Okay.
Would I have a shot with a Dothko if I get to the rock? No?
No.
Okay, then I'm probably going to just do a run action, 4
Okay.
times my speed, 120, and then I'm going to do a move action of 30, so 150.
Okay, and where are you trying to get to?
As close as I can to Bridget and Shade.
So
Brigitte.
So, I mean, you can run up right behind. You don't even need to use your move action then. Using 4 times your move speed just as your full run, you can get... That will bring you to behind Echo, and you still have time to go. I mean, you could try to leap over Echo if you really want to.
I can fly over Echo.
Oh yeah, are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So with that, now I have to do math real quick. Hang on.
I could probably just fly right up the stairs. I'm gonna have to go up the stairs.
You can't because it's like very, very narrow
it's
the way
like
it goes
those,
up.
yeah.
But so you can actually, if you want, this will provoke an attack of
Yeah, of
opportunity,
course.
but you can land on the other side.
Yeah.
And that would kind of fence her off. So it would be you on the one landing, her on the stairs, and then Echo on the landing.
Let's do it.
Okay. So she's going to take an attack of opportunity. She is taking a -6 conditional modifier. She is holding shade. Still pretty good.
I'll take it.
All right. So Bubbles does a 34 hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bubbles, they bring up with an uppercut. As you fly over them, you are going to be taking 31 points of fire and slashing damage as these brass knuckles that seem to be inlaid with filaments that glow almost magma hot hit you directly in the stomach. You can feel elements of the shell that keeps you safe crack under this onslaught. But you land hard on the other side, kind of sliding into the landing.
Bob's just gonna go up to Brigitte and just yell, "Let go of him! Stop!"
Okay, you do that. That is your turn, Bubbles?
Yeah.
Alrighty, that brings us to Brigitte. Brigitte is like, she slams into you. You land hard. You tell her to stop. She turns. Echo is saying to drop shade. Okay. Okay, so a little bit penned in here. Ooh, she could do that one more time. Okay, so
No!
so but then she has to go too.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Me and Kara are just like, come on.
you got her
Where
in
are
a
you
pretty good
taking us,
spot.
Joe?
You're taking a shell.
So she turns and she is going to let go of Shade.
Yeah.
Just drop him on the stairs. And she's going to turn and try to basically plant a hand on your shoulder and springboard over you. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from both of you. But she suddenly zigs and seems to go back in the opposite direction.
Up? Down the stairs?
Yeah,
23.
23, that is a miss.
Okay. That's a 14 plus 13. That's 27.
27, that is just a miss, unfortunately. And so she, it's 28, you should know this one. They slide away from this and you almost hit Echo and you have to pull your strike back. Echo, they plant their hand on your shoulder and they leap over top. And as Shade slide down the stairs, they run out the door. And for those of you inside, where's Brigitte? Thank you. She's not whispering anymore.
Whisper, dead zone.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So she is going to just barely emerge from the other side of the cave. Her eyes intent, these huge, dark, bulbous black eyes intent on the back half of that ship. And she seems to be very much heading towards that, but she already used a swift action. She used her movement. As an action, she's going to turn and Echo. She's going to fire. Well, what is the range on this? Yeah,
Is there
she's gonna
not a
fire
door
the
in between us?
digitizer pistol. Oh, there is. That's right. Yeah. There's a door between you. So with the door shut, she can't take an attack.
I listen.
And Bruin is out of range. So that's all that she's going to do. That brings us to Hunter, who's down. That brings us to Portis. So Portis, last breath, he tries to stand and his leg just cracks under him. He pulls himself up to one knee. And he looks over to Brigitte and he's going to say, "Get the server out of here." He reaches down to his belt and he pulls out 2 of these grenades. And he is going to pull the pin on both and just, he
Goodbye.
is going to, he's just going to throw one of them.
Oh, God.
It's enough.
Ooh.
I don't
No.
like that.
I mean, it's not great for him either. Okay.
Goodbye, Bruin.
Okay.
No! See, you
My
have
wheel
now
could do nothing.
Where is my template? There we go. Hiding my stuff.
Sorry.
No, it's Matthew's fault.
No, I
is
put
this?
Matthew's
Oh,
thing.
shit, sorry. Dizzy.
It's Matt's like.
What is this?
It like
Hold on,
lifts
let's-
up and it's one thing at a time.
Someone with fingernails.
Get it. He's
The
like,
one
No,
with
fingernails do
fingernails.
not help.
Oh no.
There's a certain like length where fingernails do help, and then they stop being useful.
Does it
past
click
that.
in? Have you ever tried to put
this
tights
click in or
on
twist in?
with fingernails?
No, I
Don't
Hold on,
need
everybody.
that is
I can
relevant.
say I definitely have not.
That is possibly the worst thing.
Show help.
It takes probably 45 minutes and your tights rip and your nails break.
So
It's a
in this moment, you watch as he grabs 2 grenades, pulls the pins, and then he takes one of them and tries in his mind. You can see as he's like falling on his leg. I'll fix it fully when I'm done talking. He lobs it off to the left, and you can see he's trying to throw it right into the middle of everybody who's under this. But from where he is, it just clips the corner of this crate and ricochets back, and you watch as it comes right to a stop in the crook of the arm between Potato Blue's body's armpit. And as it explodes, Potato Blue, if they weren't dead before, they certainly are now, as they are just misted across the ship.
Echo,
Oh man.
aren't you so glad the
Who's
captain
Potato
is
Blue?
So that Yosoki that is right there is fully off the map. They are
Sorry,
just
guys.
like
For that.
fur,
had it done,
blood,
Ian.
and gristle. And you can see he just sighs. But he is holding this grenade and holding down this detonator. That is going to be his turn, and that brings us to Spice.
Okay, Spice, you see behind this hulking body is like slicing cucumbers for like little eye patches, and she's like getting this elixir of like mixing some spa shit together. And in my inventory, I have noted med patch and emergency excitant.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Really?
Well, it's different than I have candy, aka sugar, aka cocaine also noted. This is separate. So she's like
This is
doing
medical
this.
cocaine.
Yeah, this is medical cocaine. This is like, yeah, this is prescription drugs rather than like street drugs. So she's going to have her little spa day in the corner, and she's gonna be like, "All right, Hunter, time to wake up, sweetie." And she's gonna take out one of the needler rifle, injection, whatever they're called, ammunition. Put this, whatever, excitant into that and jam it up their butt.
Okay.
Because I want it to be like an attack, because apparently attacking wakes a person up
Do
from
you know
sleep.
what tier this is?
No, I don't.
That is very important.
Let's see, emergency exciting. I have Mark 2, but that also could be the glass cutter Mark 2.
No, so emergency excited Mark II would make sense.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it seems as if this is not a high enough tier of this medicine. This would probably work. You get the sense that this is certainly the kind of thing that you would use to avoid becoming fatigued or exhausted.
Yep.
It also would probably make you immune to sleep effects if it were more powerful than the drugs that were in him already.
Does that also cure exhaustion?
It doesn't cure exhaustion. It makes you immune to exhaustion, and you can't be magically exhausted.
But if they take damage, don't they wake up?
Generally, if it's sleep as a condition, yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It's like a coma.
Right. Fuck. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay where I am. I guess that's my whole turn.
Alrighty. That is your whole turn, Spice. That's why I was so excited about the way that you woke him up the first time. I was like, this is like one of the coolest
No, it's
things.
super cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
But that is your turn. That brings us to Bruin. So Bruin, you turn, this guy turns, he attacks you, and then his leg explodes all over you. You just get blood and gristle. Your white trench coat, no longer is it pure white. What do you want to do?
All right, so I see that he's holding another grenade and the pin is out, right?
Yes.
All right, so my eyes go big, and I realize that this guy is not gonna go down peacefully, and is probably gonna throw that grenade at us. So I'm gonna take some cover,
Okay.
and then I am going to cast. Actually, from here, if his grenade blows up and I'm behind this pillar, do I feel like I'm safe, or do I feel like I need to get farther away?
Based on the last one that you saw explode, you'd probably be safe.
Cool. I will, let's see. So I grab a used battery, and I charge it, and I throw it for it to land like here.
Okay.
And in doing so, I cast Explosive Blast.
Okay, very nice. So for explosive blast,
That's what Gibbs is like right
what is
there.
that target?
Bye. She's dead now.
So it says I throw in a straight line to a grid intersection within range, and then it
Grid
detonates.
intersection. Okay, not
And
a
it's
target
a 20
creature.
foot radius, and my goal is to hit him and the other thing.
Oh, I see.
But not.
Yeah.
not hit.
You're
So
throwing it
I got
between
you.
the two
Going
of
there
them.
to hit the.
I
two
got
of
you.
them.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So yeah, for what it's worth, you see as you do this, she tries to manipulate the space in a way that, if she was the target, would probably make this hit somebody else. But it is targeting an intersection and not her, and so that does not do anything. How big is this? How big is this?
20 foot radius.
That will hit both of them.
Oh, nice. Here we go,
She is a
Bruin.
large creature now.
My husband.
Wise man.
It's
from
the
all
spell has a
loud
save DC, but it doesn't seem to suggest that they. Oh, they get a reflex saving throw for half damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
The DC is I think 18.
18 is going to be close. They rolled real bad, so it's giving you a shot here.
But it's save yourself.
17.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
I rolled a 2. So
Wow.
yeah. She's a monster. Her augments really make her unbelievably fast. And that's not her best save.
So that's gonna be 96 fire damage. So that's 32 fire damage.
32 fire damage.
Holy shit, gee.
So a couple things happen simultaneously. As
Rookie, get down!
you take this battery and you throw it, you yell, "Rookie, get down!" Then there's there's a one explosion where fragments go off everywhere. You watch as Potato Blue is exploded, and then a little battery just slides across the ground and explodes in an exactly similar explosion, almost the exact same size. This battery and a military grade grenade. As it goes off, you watch as Portis is enveloped in this explosion. He cannot save against it. He actually takes a negative to his save, and his save technically ends up lower than 0. He gets completely obliterated by the fire of this explosion, and when it washes away, you can just see charred armor. The element of like holes that are left in the leg just have like seeping slags of this kind of like boiling flesh seeping out, and they are just liquid in that suit. For Brigitte, they are still up. That was 32 points.
Yeah, and I think I need to add something to it. I think I just add, let's see, 4 more damage, I think, for harmful spell.
Okay, well, Portis, back up now.
Yeah.
No, but 4 more damage. That matters. Brigitte now looks hurt as the explosion kind of rolls away over across. You could see, first of all, the armor completely jet black now. It's shifted, and you would imagine the next fire damage will be much less effective. But in this moment, they are hurt. They are looking desperate. These huge eyes focused very hard on the back of that ship. Anything else brewing?
Let's see.
Great spell.
I also forgot to use something else that makes you do more damage, but it looks like it's a set the die to a max first before rolling. Okay, so never mind about that.
No
Alright, so
worries.
that was my action. I moved, swift action, draw my swagger hand cannon.
Okay, so you reach into your trench coat and you pull out this revolver. You can see this one a little bit more substantial than the ones that you, Mosaic Team 5, have seen. A little bit bigger is this one.
All right, and then I will yell to Kit. I saw the other thing come out. What would I call that creature? What do you call that creature?
Yes.
Roll a 20-sided dice.
20-sided dice.
Yeah.
We didn't ask that question.
So we were just like, that one.
An android.
Murder it.
That an android?
Sure is.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but they rolled low.
I'll just yell to Kit.
Oh.
Down that one. I'm gonna point towards it.
Okay, you point to this mechanical creature, unsure if it's an android or not, and you tell Kit to down it. Anything else?
And my little tiny Healy jump bot is just gonna move towards Gibbs.
Okay, so
Androids, robots, powered armor. It's all
all
the same.
kinds of stuff happening here. So that is your turn, Bruin.
Yep.
That brings us to the top of the round, Echo. Echo, from where you are, you have to almost like jump out of the way as they parkour over you, and you watch as they are trying to get away. What are you doing?
Mild clench of the jaw as they have the tingling sensation that someone is mischaracterizing an android. They're going to look over at Bubbles. Take care of the captain. I shall track the other. And Echo goes after, going through the door as quietly as they can.
Okay.
To maintain stealth.
Sure.
Where's your arm, girl?
Yeah,
Boy.
I know. It's gone.
Oh no.
Guy.
Disarm.
I can print you a new one.
Oh yeah.
33.
33
For the
against. Oh, for stealth. Sorry, 1 second.
Just give me the STL file.
That is 20 plus their CR.
Yes.
And say, sorry, what was it again?
Still? It's 20 plus their CR is the...
No. What did you roll?
Oh, 23.
That is
no,
not
not 23. 33.
33 is
plus-
high enough.
18 plus
So
15.
that is a success.
Yay.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Which means I'm not going to hit, but we'll see.
Okay.
Ah! No.
That's a third time this game that's
It's one or the other. I
You
hit
press
or
the door
I...
open and like a whisper you shut it, keeping the handle depressed so that way it makes no noise, there is no click, and you turn and you can't see them anymore. So you hurry your way out and you can't even really take the shot. Anything else, Echo?
I am the knight.
You are so silent. And unfortunately, nobody gets to hear that one-liner. That is your turn. That brings us to Kit. Kit, they tell you to get that guy over there. What are you doing?
I get that guy over there.
There you go.
I am going to actually. Okay, can I? Hold on, I'm so sorry. 1 second. 1 second. Can I like use a move action to like get myself situated, get a better like?
Yeah.
I just want to take a move action so I can.
I would say now that you're up there, free action, kind of like what you're doing as everybody else is moving, is you're like getting yourself not like clinging to the side.
I don't want a free action. I want a move action.
Okay, move action.
Okay, cool. So because I have a move action, I can recalibrate my weapon
There you go.
to someone else. So I pick the one I'm supposed to shoot. I use a bonus action to move Hunter's Mark and pull that trigger. I rolled a natural 1.
Very nice.
The dice give it. The dice take it.
Yeah.
So Echo, as you are like about to move past, you explode out through the door. You quietly close the door behind you. You turn and you're about to shoot, and then gunfire right by you, and you have to kind of tuck back in. Almost hits you, but anything else, Kit?
Yeah. Kit's going to louder than she means to go. Oops. And that's my turn.
Alrighty, Bubbles.
Yeah.
From where you are, you just hear Echo say, "Look after the captain." They vanish from the stairwell. Gently shut the door behind them, and you are left there with an unconscious Shade as they to the bottom of the landing.
Yeah, I think I'll probably first stop Shade from falling.
Okay.
Slowly, comically. And then I'm going to.
Oh, that's not here.
Where are we? If I just stop him, are we on the bottom of the? Where are we at the top?
So you're at the landing. There's 15 feet of stairs between the landing and the bottom floor.
Okay,
So that's where you
I
are.
still have to make a 15 feet. I think I'm just gonna set him up, straight him out.
Okay.
I probably can't carry him down and also attack on my turn.
You could.
Would
Well,
it be
no,
back in to carry him?
yeah, and so I don't think you
Okay.
could make it far enough. That would be the issue, because you could get to the door, but you need to open the door as we've established it is closed, and then move beyond that.
Is Bridget right in front of the door?
No, so she's in. So the door is on the other side of the cave, like flush against the wall.
Yes, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to knock through the door with Bridget on the other
So
side.
there's probably there's 15 feet between the door and her.
Fuck it. I'll just put Shade upright, and Bubs will just go downstairs, go through the door, and
You're gonna leave him in the fucking hallway?
Hey, he's the captain. He can look after himself.
Okay.
Even a medicine
So
check or
you
nothing?
grab Shade by the scruff of the shirt and just kind of slide him upright. You just, with your foot, with the back of your heel as you run by, you kind of tap his legs up like against the, he's like more secure, and you rush by him over to the door. With your regular move action, you can get up to Bridget with 30 feet.
yep. And then I'm going to attack.
Okay. So unlike Echo, who quietly closes the door, you explode out.
Yeah, I explode out.
Make your attack roll.
Standard attack.
What is this thing? Oh, is this to keep the map down?
19 on the die.
19 total.
Yes, plus
Not total.
Plus 17.
13.
Oh, that's...
That is going to be a hit. Yeah.
And
You hit the impossible.
As you rush out, you're rushing out into smoke and fire. This explosion is still just echoing around this laser cannon, and you can still hear like the pew pew of like the fake lasers that are being piped in, very juxtaposed against the actual gunfire and actual grenades in your immediate vicinity.
that's a 2 plus 17, 19 damage.
19. Okay.
She dead yet?
She is still up.
And as Bub say,
Bubbles, you rush behind her and you slam this hammer in. The armor completely black this time. The bludgeoning damage, completely effective, does the full amount of damage, and it almost brings her to her knees. She slides like a couple feet forward on this thing, and as it kind of pulls back, you can see sparks. You can see some kind of like hydraulic fluid leaking from the armor. She is badly hurt.
Yeah.
And even with all that, her eyes dead set on the back of that ship.
Bubs is just going to kind of just like stare at her and go, "Why? Why are you doing this? What is the purpose?"
Okay. That is your turn?
Yep.
That brings us to Brigitte. She looks over and you can see these huge eyes looking up at you, and make a free sense motive check.
Nice.
Never nice.
Ooh, that's an 18 plus.
So 18.
Minus, yeah.
I'm not an android where I have like a
Hey,
Whoa!
plus 4.
even
four?
the cops are like, no.
With a 22, as you say that and as her turn begins, you can see these dark black eyes, the only thing of substance in this pale body that is set into metallic bits that are so substantial that they seem to be almost like a child wrapped in this thing. And all at once, you can see, though they don't answer you, this is somebody that in this real world, immensely weak. This is somebody who requires all this armor. They don't want it. And this is Fantasy Quest, the thing that they are the head programmer of. This is their perfect world that you are taking away.
Bubs kind of mutters to himself, just under his breath, he says, "You wanted an escape from the world. You wanted to be someone."
You could see she pulls herself away and like she's going to still try to move. And as she takes those 5 feet of movement to move away from you, she turns and she says, "No, we're going to make this world perfect." And she lunges trying to get away from you. Do you take your attack of opportunity? Make your attack roll.
I see you, but wait.
I think that's cocked, but that probably is an 8. Let's see.
8 plus 13.
That's an 8 plus 13 is 20.
21, that is a miss. And so they lunge out of your range. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So they're going to have to take their full action move to get to here. And so you watch as they, even before they get there, hit their knees and like slide, almost falling into the back of this ship. And you can see like almost like disappearing into this space. You see their legs sticking out. And then from underneath, a very different blue glow. This is the glow of a computer screen, something just kind of starting up there. But that is their turn, and that does bring us to Portis. Nope. That brings us
Dead.
to Spice, followed by Bruin.
Is that blue screen perhaps a server?
Perhaps.
Okay. Let's see where. 5. Fuck, she's just out of range. Fucking hell. What can I do here? All right, I'm going to do what I was originally gonna do, and she's going to. Hunter's unconscious, but she wants to go into their mind anyway. And I'm going to detect thoughts and see what they're dreaming about.
So first round,
First round, yeah.
there is a consciousness there. Anything
I'm
else in your
also,
turn?
yeah, I'm going to maintain range with Hunter, but also, in case I need to, move closer to Brigitte, but maintain cover.
Okay. So like up against the ship itself?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If I could go in the ship, I would.
So like right now, as you get kind of closer to it, you can see she is, so, let me see what your line of sight's looking like here. Yeah, from where you are, you can see it is not a server. Underneath where she was, it looks like there is some kind of a concrete square panel that has been lifted and shifted away, and the light is just spewing forth. And there are certainly maybe servers coming from there, but there is a tremendous amount of light coming from a small space underneath.
Okay.
This looks like the kind of thing that takes like a little metal key to kind of hook in and pull out.
Yeah.
And so, like flush against the ground, this normally would have been. You don't see Brigitte really, other than her feet, just kind of like as she is dropping down into the space.
So it's like a hole in the ground
Yeah.
that you can escape through? Okay.
I mean, maybe. It's a hole in the ground.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's
Alrighty,
everything.
That is
I
your
can
turn,
move.
Bruin.
Let's see.
The fire just dies down from that explosion, and you look, and Portis is really no more. Gibbs is safe. You see Bubbles just like swipe at somebody who moves so quickly they just can't quite hit. But what are you doing?
Okay. Do I see that thing that they... Do I see Brigitte run this way?
You see her run that way, but you can't see her right now.
Okay. Alright, I think I'll just move. And I'm sure Portis is down, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you look, you can see like bones sticking out of the hole as it just like the organic matter slides out. The force of that blast essentially blended him in his armor.
Okay.
Damn, that armor was good. I wanted that.
It's in bad shape.
How dare you save our lives?
I'm a mechanic. I've got some feats.
Yeah.
I can help.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna move, and let's see. What do I think is going on?
Looks like a spa day, to be honest.
Yeah, there's like cucumbers on the ground, and like
know
it
where that's
smells
came from.
like sweetgrass or whatever. Aloe vera.
There we go.
Can you take attacks of opportunity with a ranged weapon?
You can, yes, you cannot because I don't think you have the ability to do that.
Okay. Alright. And then I'm just gonna...
It's a high level ability too.
Alright, you know, I'm gonna take my full action run and just run all the way and try to catch up to Brigitte.
Yeah, no problem. You can do that. So you run. As the explosion clears away, you see that primary threat down, the only one getting away. You're not going to let them get away, especially not because you have this rookie in tow.
Yeah.
So you rush over, and you can see as they open this kind of, it's almost like a... I'm forgetting what, so in theater anyways, these would be like, they would look like wood, and they have like a little hook that are flush against the ground, and you put a little like metal hook into it and pull it out. It's like that. And they took this long metallic finger, hooked it in, yanked this out, and underneath what you can see as you get up to there is this is a server room that has been built into a place that looks like at one point was maybe like the bottom of a mechanic's pit for cars. This at one point was a parking garage. Has been converted and enlarged to fit a number of different machines in there. And there is one in the middle that looks unlike any of the other ones. This has a single jack that Brigitte is reaching towards, and this has been slaved to all the other machinery in this room to draw additional power in.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna free action police and say, stand down.
Through the loudspeaker, it echoes in this place. Stand down.
This is your last warning.
Reaction police!
Lights
No
out of
problem.
nowhere.
So you do that. Bruin, that is your turn. That brings us to the top of
No,
the
that's
round.
your droid.
That's your joy.
Yeah,
You're already
it's
rolling
going
back.
over to Gibbs.
So would have gone to Gibbs at this point and
Yep.
tried to stabilize.
So no problem. It goes over, and then it's like this like weird cacophony of mechanical parts, but then a tiny little speaker just says, do you consent to help? And then like a little needle just injects into Gibbs and
No
begins to
answer.
stabilize
Oh my
that
God,
process.
This is a kindness.
It's the police. It's the police, man.
Oh.
That is your turn, Bruin. Alrighty, that brings us to Echo.
Scathing indictment.
I have enough movement to get all the way over there
Yeah.
Nice.
and in the door.
So this would
Wiggle
be
in
you
before
essentially
Brigitte.
wrestling with her to like you would be jamming into the doorway with her, and then probably you can maybe argue an attack if you want and not move further, or you could try to athletics them to get by.
Is it athletics or would it be like an acrobatics check to kind of weasel my way through and just like fall to the floor?
Spring.
You could try an acrobatics check. I imagine that failing it would probably be worse than failing an athletics check.
Would that be my full action for this turn?
No, it's an action.
I'm going to. Is it a contested athletics or acrobatics?
This isn't a contested athletics, or if you want to make an acrobatics with a high DC.
We're gonna try acrobatics
This is
because
ready. Roll.
go big or go home.
Come on.
Okay. Math. 31.
You needed a 30.
Woo!
The DC that I set. So, yeah, you jam yourself
Nice,
in.
Echo.
Brigitte reaches out, they grab onto you, and they say, no! But in that moment, like, they are so badly damaged that the arms just don't hold any kind of strength. The hydraulic fluid just sprays out as they have no grip, and you just slide on by. And right down in front of this Intergalactic Data Solutions VR framework server, kind of slave to all the other various elements.
Computer's checked to overload.
Oh.
Really?
What?
So, are you touching the computer?
Yes.
With your body? You're gonna use
You were
your...
about to say bare hand.
Make a
weren't
fortitude
you?
saving throw.
Oh my god, the consequences of our actions.
I don't know what it was. When you pause, it makes me scared.
Yes.
That one.
No! You're gonna die! You're gonna take like 107 points of damage!
Echo.
All right, be cool. Be cool.
Echo, all at once, you just fall completely unconscious. And you find that you are no longer in this space and you are not in the familiar, comfortable data sphere that you are familiar with. You are in a small digital room. And you recognize, as you can hear the sounds of birds off in the distance, but you see none, that you are somewhere within this virtual reality fantasy quest.
Oh, you are a diver now.
And then in front of you, you see this console just appear in this white room, and you recognize that you are at the administrative terminal of this game. Only you can see this. And were other people to try to visualize, as Shade sometimes does, through your optical receptors, they would read just black and static. But for you, Echo, you and you alone, and by that I mean you, Kara, and you alone can see this. Now, eventually, Echo,
is he
out of
pulling off
combat,
the
you
fucking
imagine
screen?
you will be able to communicate with your team, but they cannot see this. And we'll explain a little bit more about how this works when we're ready.
He was like unmagnetic.
This natural
that
one. What the fuck?
This is so bad. I'm getting information.
Yeah,
I don't want information with a natural one. That means bad things.
There's a lot of magnets that just got unclicked right
I
there.
also just got a side eye from Joe. I'm so afraid.
You got everything with 0 instructions with a natural one.
I know. I'm
And
so afraid. Oh
you
my
get the version in binary.
And you're in the game.
So in this moment, you are trapped in virtual reality, a game that some people have been stuck in for up to 11 years. And so that weighs on your mind, but this console looms big. That is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Kit. Kit, you watch as people are just sprinting now, running full speed through this place.
What did it look like happened to Echo? Like, did the body
So Echo
slump,
just slid. You saw the legs kick a couple times, and then they just disappear down this hole.
Oh, so they're like inside.
All the way in, yeah.
Okay.
And so anybody else right now would see Echo with their hand just on this console, their eyes completely like glowing white, so bright that it's almost like a projector onto the wall.
Okay. Horrifying, and Hannah is very glad that Kit can't see that because I think that would
I
scramble
give you
what
the
little
hardest.
sanity
This is
she
literally
has
the
left.
hardest puzzle that I've ever put together. And Like, you know how sometimes for D&D I'm like, oh, your puzzle is choosing seats for this ride.
Remember the puzzle that was just the word open that we had to guess?
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I'm so sorry, Kara. All right. Well,
I love natural.
Kit is gonna stick to the mission. She
Okay.
sees Bad Robot still there. Bad
Yeah.
Robot has not been
sponsor?
mitigated yet. So no. So gonna take another shot.
Okay. You can see the legs kick and they thrash as Echo is able to claw their way by.
23 to hit.
23 is a miss, unfortunately. And so and it seems like as you're shooting with their legs lying down, they're technically prone, and so like especially hard to hit them here.
Yeah.
Anything else, Kit?
Absolutely amazing.
No, this is a pretty good vantage point. I'm gonna see here.
Bubbles. Kit fires from behind you. You can hear fire echoing from where that is. You see Echo run. You see this individual run. What are you doing?
Jesus Christ, I'm trying to reel myself back from what just happened. That's what I'm trying to do.
Jesus is not present.
I'm at the door. Oh no, I'm at.
You're right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right.
Is she like making death checks right now?
There's no death checks. Am I right here?
For who?
Oh, so
Am I right here?
Yeah.
yeah, that's you.
Okay.
I
For Gibbs? You're talking about for Gibbs?
I was me. You're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, I said shade.
Not
I was
making.
Shade? No. So Shade
Like, all the way
technically,
back
Shade
there?
technically has more health.
Oh.
They're unconscious because Matt's not here. They didn't have a ton of health. They were gonna go down
No,
very
that's
quickly.
fine. Okay,
But yeah.
yeah.
It was.
I hear
kinda-
the word down,
yeah,
I panic.
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to.
Bubbles just like, this sucks. And just runs away.
Yeah. I'm just gonna run and try to just go into. Can I even fit in there? Is there enough room for 3?
You can fit down there. Again, it's you would be trying to squeeze by Brigitte. Same thing.
Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to grapple Brigitte.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Make an athletics check.
I thought she was
Absolutely.
already down.
Are you going to use the combat maneuver or using contested athletics?
She's a weak body, so I think I'm gonna do contested. That makes more sense.
I don't know. She got strong armor though.
Yeah,
But
it's weak.
you did just see, like, Echo tried to get
Yeah.
grabbed. The fingers couldn't even close.
Oh,
That's why I
okay,
chose
okay,
that.
okay, okay.
When Joe was like this, I could tell he had something in his.
What'd you get?
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Come on. Heart of the cards. Natural 20, baby!
Oh.
We needed a win.
mean,
we needed a win.
They got a 17, which is pretty good for them, especially in this state. That's good. So you grab onto Brigitte. They try to reach out for Echo, and Echo is defenseless. They are like gone in this moment. So you grab onto the ankle and you pull them back. And Echo, you feel the proprioceptive nerves in the back of your neck as the fingers just brush in the real world, but pulled away from you. And you are grappling Brigitte.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Brigitte, stop it. Look, it doesn't have to be like this. We don't have to fight each other. We can solve this, okay? I know you grew up in a place where your body wasn't yours, okay? I understand that, okay? I've had that problems too in my life. And if there's anyone who can understand that, that's me. Please, lay down your weapons.
Okay. I would say, because you use an action to grapple as a swift action, go ahead and make a diplomacy check. This is a really high DC, and I don't actually know that you can make it.
Okay.
Save with a natural 20.
I do have a...
Two in a row. Come on, come on.
That's a 7.
I hate it when you say it out loud.
Plus.
2.
0.
Plus 6.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use my once a day reroll.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, heart of the cards. That's a 10.
Oh. I saw a 0 and got
a new
excited.
like mantra.
So
Part
you
of the cards.
yell this
I don't know, it worked for the
you
20.
grab onto them. You try to reason with them. It seems like that may not be taking effect, but we'll see. Anything else?
Can I just... No, I don't think I can do anything else. I used everything, yeah. That's it. That's everything.
So they turn, and on their turn, they're going to say, no, just because we don't have the Yosoki, It doesn't matter. We'll just activate it and see what happens. And she's gonna turn and try to kick you off her. Bubbles does a 25 against your KAC hit.
No, it does not. I have a 30 page.
Kicks and it just scrapes across elements of armor and grappled. Seems like it's really tough for her to get an angle. She's pulling with the front of her body, trying to get an echo, but you are keeping her just inches away. That is all that she can do, and that does bring us to Spice.
Spice, seeing that there's an absolute clog at this little hole in the ground, she's gonna see her opportunity and clap her hands together behind the boards of this ship and cast Daze on Brigitte.
Okay. What kind of save?
Will save.
23.
Yep.
Okay. Unable to daze, you can see furious, and she is fighting with Bubbles, trying to get forward, doesn't even seem to notice.
Okay, well, that also breaks my, redoing a spell, so I can't break that.
And so, unfortunately, you do not get the intelligence score of Hunter.
I'm gonna stay where I am because that's a hellhole.
No worries, it literally is. That is your turn. That brings us to Broom.
Do I have a set of manacles?
Yeah.
What does it take to, like, put someone under arrest with the manacles?
So, if they are, like, willing, it's a swift action. You would imagine it's an action and probably a tough
They're
one.
grappled,
if they are
though.
unwilling. They are grappled, and that will help.
And you have to read them the rights first.
Yeah.
Swift action, lay it out.
The surrender rights.
I take my manacles and I will use my action to, like,
Absolutely silent.
basically, like, try to, like, bind her up with
Okay.
manacles.
Go ahead, make an athletics check. Take a +4 conditional modifier to that.
That. Oh, I don't have good athletics. Oh, what does the 8 get me?
8
Hang on.
8 plus
She didn't
what?
roll great either.
No, 8 total.
Oh.
Boo.
I don't have I'm not very athletic.
As you go with these manacles, you grab onto her wrist and you see the arm like almost detach. You see steam as it's about to engage this almost like override to yank away. And then there's just a gout of fluid and they cannot power up this ability. They rolled because they can't add their modifier anymore. They rolled a 5 and they tried to yank away and unable to do so. You slap cuffs on one hand.
Whoa, you succeeded!
I could have done it without your help.
Holy shit! Wow!
And
Oh my god.
You're under arrest.
because you have placed Brigitte under arrest, I'm gonna drop you out of initiative.
Damn! She's like, damn, I've been caught.
But in this moment, Echo completely overwhelmed by the data that is flowing through them. And because it is 8:30 and a great place to take a break, that's what we're gonna do. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you then. Bye. Welcome back to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I'll take this second to fix my camera.
I'm not convinced that the folks who are not back know that we're back, like, here.
Oh, no, I'm sure they don't. That's okay. I'm just going to fix this camera.
We're back, baby!
Yeah, we're back.
We're live! Starfinder! Mosaic Team 5.
Vincent's helping himself to some not a sponsor food that Olive brought before. And
Sponsor food.
do you not get between Vincent and a delicious Domino's pizza not a sponsor?
It was actually the cinnamon thing, so
Oh, yeah!
I mean, if you're going to get something for
I
Domino's,
go to that
definitely.
Domino's.
Oh, man. Not a
So,
sponsor, but
thank you for joining us. We are back to Starfinder. You are all out of initiative, and so no longer in combat with head programmer Brigitte. Bruin, you have this individual in cuffs. They are on their last legs. They are bleeding all over the place. You can see hydraulic fluid leaking out. They are still struggling to go towards Echo, but Echo, in this moment, you are trapped in this environment. Give me 1 second here. All right.
So scared for you right now.
I'm like scared, but also kind of excited because imagine how cool it would be to like live in a video game. I would love that.
It would be cool, but like not if
My
I had shit
entire
to do.
family might be annihilated. I don't have time
Oh, that's
for
true. You don't have
this.
time to play. That's true.
Depends on the game.
Yeah, maybe you can just like Candy Crush it with one hand and then save your family. with the other.
Maybe you can do everything you need to do in there, and it'll be like, because it's like a super speed computer, like time pass for
Oh,
you, but not
yeah.
for us. Because it
So-
all was in like nanoseconds.
Echo, you can see in front of you an you are standing basically within an intergalactic data solutions VR framework server, a Boolean Quattro, in fact, one of the nicest of these. This server, you can kind of get the sense as you kind of close your eyes and sense what's around you. The walls have connections to other computers in this building that are probably pulling additional power to it. At a brief feel, as you look at this kind of console over you, the data in here is immense. At a quick glance, you can see this is at least 10 yottabytes of data. It's an astounding amount. You can see a number of different processors. You see some different nodes that have different information and security features. You see the game software in some of these nodes, and you also see in places things that look like memories. Make a sense motive check, and you can take a +6 conditional modifier to this, as this is really, you see this more vividly than others do.
28 with the +6.
There are places where a layperson might see elements and nodes and see data, but especially after hearing what Brigitte was saying, you recognize that in some of these, you are looking at 12 years of people's lives. And to them, this is real. This isn't just, grinding out monster kills to get items. There are real emotions attached to these very real memories that these real people all over the world are connected to. For what it's worth.
Echo feels a moment of disappointment in themselves for almost attempting to disconnect all of this.
And you recognize that overloading this would have submitted it in its current state. And almost everything set to 1, and with nothing really happening, you would imagine almost everything currently either inactive or neutral. That would likely sever the connection. That would probably kill everybody attached to it and almost certainly delete all that data.
Yep.
So you're a savior, it turns out.
Yeah, that natural one did a lot of good.
Failed success.
Yeah.
Well, Echo's kind of just like staring at all of the computer data that they didn't take their Latin classes. And they're kind of going through they're just kind of like paging through the nodes. Like, wait. Nope. Nope.
And at a certain point, you recognize the amount of information. This is staggering. This, and to be clear, that's real. Those are real numbers. This is more information than exists on this planet at the moment. This is staggering. And so to sort through all of it to find any one thing, almost impossible.
Does Echo get the sense that with this, that like the hard drives of anything connected are also being utilized as storage space?
Oh yeah, this is absolutely drawing from ancient human ideas for something called the blockchain.
Oh.
Really utilizing other people's equipment to run this game in its entirety.
Ah, the initial digital pyramid scheme. Well, Echo does recognize that with binary computation, you need to translate it. So Echo begins the arduous process of trying to find the letter A. At the same time, would they know that they can contact the outside?
You're
Because
gonna try?
Echo try. Would Echo try? Oh.
No checks.
Echo is going to try it on their own for a little bit.
Okay. So Echo, you in there, move nodes, shift information, looking at just numbers and bits of data that are all important. They all have images and things associated with them, but they're just vivid flashes in this moment, and you can't make sense of them. At least not yet. For the rest of you back in the real world, there's still just like lights and explosions, and you could hear like voices piped in over the loudspeakers, the aliens are coming, and things like that. You are holding on to this individual. What are you all doing?
Bubs is going to introduce himself to Bruin.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was saying, Mosaic Team 5.
I've heard of you.
Yeah, my name is Bubs. LaShunta over there is my girlfriend, Spice. The other...
I wave you down to come.
Yeah, Kit's
Spice will
been
walk
scrambling down
Kind
to
of like
help with
scooching down, yeah.
Bubs,
but she goes over to help with the apprehension.
Sure.
Bubs continues and goes, that Usoki, that's our medic Gibbs, and over there that's Shade, and where's...
It's over where? Over where?
He just points at
Like
the closed
down
door.
yeah.
Through the cave.
Oh yeah, I left him. He's our captain. He's a bit tired right now. And
So with the
where's
stabilization of Gibbs,
Yeah.
Gibbs gets up and like kind of shaking it off a little bit. They're just kind of like, I'll go check on Shade, and like scamper over to go
Did
check on
I
Shade.
notice
Commence
that
session.
Echo went downstairs into the hole?
Yeah,
Okay.
you definitely saw like everybody raced there towards the end.
And also, we have Echo, another android in our group. Echo,
Was she the one that went down?
yeah, Echo, can you hear me?
So you look down and you can see Echo, and you don't hear him for what it's worth. You see Echo's hand on this console. Their hair is moving as if there is a wind coming up from the console itself, and their eyes are glowing such a bright white light that it is almost, you lose definition of the console, of the wall. It is just blinding.
Bubs is gonna turn to Brigitte and go, what is down there? What? Portis said there was some kind of server. What is this?
Everything is down there. The entire world, everything that we've built. You don't understand. You don't know what it's like to be broken. You can see her body is just like, I mean, it's tiny. Definitely not designed for this gravity.
So, how about you go in there?
Spice's head pokes down a little.
Hey, hi, I'm Spice. How about you go in there and you connect and you disconnect our friend Echo right there?
I don't know how to use the server.
Oh shit, that's what
Program
Potato.
the game.
So what is Echo going up against?
Ish.
Make a diplomacy check.
Don't mind if I fucking do.
Why you talk to her? But what is Mosaic Team 5's objective here? And why were you fighting these individuals?
We were given a mission by Lieutenant Dorian Clark. What is the name of the? I actually meant to ask you this. What was the name of the police officer who interrogated me with Steel? I don't believe I actually got that name.
Give me just 1 second here.
In the meantime, thank you. Kit is loudly
Wesley Dorian.
and in a panicky manner reading the robot lady her rights.
Oh, then I'm probably
Like while this all is happening, very
You don't have to do that. That's not a thing on Prime Station. You are rights are a privilege that you have earned by being a productive member of society. And if you're not being a productive member of society, you don't have any rights.
Well, she's idealistic, so she's just she's saying like stuff that she saw in movies, and like like if you stay seated, we'll put in a good word for you with the chief.
So in the red light mercantile district, there is a whole store that is dedicated to old human movies.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
No problem. So you read them. You have no idea what the right to remain silent is, but they have it.
But you can.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured it out. Lieutenant
About the
Clark
council?
gave us the initial mission in the husk, and I'm going to present the mission briefing Lieutenant Clark gave us. And I am also going to mention...
Oh, Justine Clark, yeah. Lieutenant Justine Clark.
Yeah.
And
I knew Wesley Dorian was the...
They were in the
USR
USR, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, because I remember that name specifically. So I'm going to give him the Wesley Dorian information about the briefing of going after the Hulk of the Husk, and I'm going to name drop Justine Clark, who I imagine is some kind of supervisor to these people.
Not a supervisor directly to you, but definitely a higher up than either of you. So yeah, this is Lieutenant Justine Clark. Yeah, that absolutely checks out. And beyond even that, the Hulk of the Husk, this is a individual that has been rampaging through the Hollow Husk. People have been going missing. There is a lot of speculation that the car that was gone probably destroyed by the Hulk of the Husk. And so if that's why they're here, that absolutely tracks. Other people have gone in after this individual and they have not come back out. And so it is very dangerous, and kind of looking at the situation that you're in, that does track.
And it looks like we caught him.
Oh, as in like this thing I'm holding is the Hulk of the Husk?
No, so you're holding head programmer Brigitte, and though Bubbles nods their head, kind of shifting your head past them, you see this like slumped over just mound of biological tissue and different things. Yeah, and that looks a lot more Hulk-like.
Are you sure that over there is not?
Oh, that's friend. That's not foe. They're just.
She's right. She's one of us.
Make a sense motive check.
Sense motive check.
Spice is
17.
like. Okay.
17. Okay. You look at Bubbles, and there's something off about what he's saying. It's hard to tell because looking at him, at first you're like, why does he look so surprised? And then you realize he has no eyebrows, and that's kind of throwing off your read. He has no hair. All he really has is like this really big kind of birthmark across his face. And like you realize you're staring, and so you kind of look away, and like that kind of breaks your concentration. There's something off about what he's saying, but you can't tell if it's that he's just kind of a weird dude or if he's hiding something. And it's kind of a 50-50 split. But you say all that, you kind of nod to her, and for what it's worth, Brigitte does not say anything.
Is Echo gonna be the new Hulk of the Husk? That's what I'm scared about.
Title? Like, is it officer or sergeant?
Agent.
Sergeant.
Agent.
All right, I'm Agent Bruin Fallstar with the PLEA, and this is my.
I'm Kit. I'm new.
We're here looking for a vehicle, a PLE vehicle. Have you or any of your, you or your team seen one?
Well, it's nice to meet you guys. We did happen to see a police vehicle about, I believe it was 2 clicks north?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was north to Hunter's Tower.
I don't know if it's exactly 2 clicks, but yeah, about.
I just made
What direction did we come
I don't even know what clicks mean.
You came from.
Sounded right though. I'm sold.
A click is a kilometer.
Oh, okay.
Do I feel like he's telling the truth? We're just trying to get us out of here.
That all tracks. So like all of what he just said, that would make sense.
Okay.
I mean, nobody's found the car yet. That would make sense because it's kind of a deep part of the husk. It is towards the entryway of like kind of like there's like museums and things like that. There's a barrier of sort of old warehouses, and then the Hollow Husk starts. And so it's kind of in that direction.
Bubs is going to take out the 4-layered map that he made, and he's going to kind of give it to Agent Bruin. This doesn't have like the poems and all that
Right.
stuff.
So this is just what Bubs hands to you is like a little data disk, and on it there is a map, and it's a normal kind of like what you would find on the infosphere for the Hollow Husk, but you can see elements have been adjusted and shifted by somebody who definitely knows this place, who grew up here probably. You see immediately flagged a couple places that people wouldn't know about unless they'd either investigated this place or lived here, which kind of leads you to a little bit more of like a suspicious side to this individual. But that being said, there is also a separate map laid over that seems to be measured in paces. There's been a lot of detail put into this map. It definitely wanders. It's not a complete map by any means, but you can see marked in a location where Bubs indicates.
Does this help?
Appreciate your help. Do any of your team need more medical assistance or any assistance?
Boss?
Yeah?
Can I... may I speak with you privately, please? We walk like 5 feet away. And
What do you think,
like,
Kit?
Well,
By the way, that was a nice shot.
thanks, boss. Also, you called me Kit, not Kid.
Don't get used to it, rookie.
I think that android in there might be in trouble. She's not moving. Maybe I should take a look. I'm really good with computers.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then Kit is she's very small. She's gonna crawl down in. She's not gonna touch anything, but can she just try to figure out whether there's specifically what she wants to know is can she help Echo?
Okay, make a computers check.
22.
With a 22, you approach this machine, and looking at it, you've never seen anything like this. This is an incredibly powerful computer. You can tell by looking at the kind of interface. This is all cutting edge technology. Outside, like this is certainly geared towards virtual reality. Outside of that, a lot of the top part of it is custom, and so hard to really tell. And looking at Echo, you see this glowing white, and with the 22, you recognize it's not just pure white; it is information. Tremendous amounts of information flying by at such a speed that all you are seeing is just light. But for brief moments, you just see pockets of information. And it seems as if they are interfacing very directly with this machine. To help her, there's a number of things that you could do. Of course, you could disconnect the power to this thing. I mean, that would, of course,
No,
shunt
thank
this
you.
person out. You could attempt to enter into this yourself. You had seen around this whole place on all of the corpses up above these helmets that would probably put you into this virtual reality environment. Now, you've heard about this environment. People have spent over a decade in there. And so whether or not you want to go in, kind of up to you. And you don't know that you will appear in the same place as Echo.
The mission is key. I don't think I'm going to do that. Is there anything else I could do to help or could try?
You make a sense motive check.
I'm also gonna try something.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over and just cast holographic interface,
Okay.
and so I'm not gonna touch it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna do that and see if that just tells me anything.
15.
Bubs will offer out his hand. Like, you want me to take Brigitte while you do this? Like,
So
behind the
a
back.
couple of things. First of all, for your check, as you kind of look at Echo,
Sure, hold on to her for a second.
if only there was a way that you could communicate with them. That would probably be the most helpful thing, but you just can't think of a way. For you were trying to...
I'm just gonna
Right.
cast holographic,
Holographic
interface.
interface.
I conjure up a holographic interface on a computer I'm observing, and I can use to communicate with the computer. It allows me to operate an unfamiliar computer or one that lacks an interface, as though I had one, but it doesn't change my level
Kara.
of access.
You can share that picture with Vincent.
Nice.
Oh, so Vincent, well, he said that I moved Brigitte away to pass into me.
Okay. So as you summon this, and what I will say is, Vincent, for whoever you want to show, you are now able to see this and visualize it on your communicator. You kind of sync it up to this holographic interface, and so you can now display this to other people. It's not a great image, and you're still just seeing the worst version of it with no real translation. You're just seeing raw data kind of associated with it.
Do I get the sense that she's trapped in there from seeing this, or or is this just what I see?
That's exactly what you see.
Do you show it to me?
Yeah. What do you make of this, Kit?
With a
What do I make of
20,
it?
with a 22 on a computer's check. You note a couple of things. So these red lines are pathways, and they have 3 different states. You would imagine that these are probably open, neutral, and closed, and all are set in the middle state, which is likely neutral. You see these black nodes, which also you need to connect with some kind of a line to get to them. They seem to have 2 different states. With a 22, you're not quite sure what those are, but all of them are currently switched to the rightmost. And then these green nodes, which also have printed blue, unfortunately, they are information or associated commands. And what I would say with the 22, you note right here and right here, to get to those green, you would need to probably break through those black nodes. And so that alone tells you that there's probably computer checks associated with them. And with the 22, there are countermeasures that are attached to those as well.
If I have comprehend languages running, do I understand what this binary means?
Let's comprehend languages.
A spell.
Oh, it exists here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
Not only does it exist, so Bruin, as you look at this, at first it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But all of a sudden you feel on your back this kind of additional heat, this sort of tattoo that you have begin to glow. And suddenly,
I have a full body tattoo, by the way.
yeah, suddenly you can read.
So cool.
You see, there is an icon of an eye that has some circuitry attached to it, kind of close to the top right. That underneath it says Watcher, and that appears to be an automatic defense of some kind.
You getting this?
And I would say, Kit, you're kind of filling in the function. You are reading out what the information is. So you read out this element of a firewall. That is the sort of wall that has a flame coming off of it. And you can see that this connects to the entire chat history of Fantasy Quest. 12 years worth of chat. And this is not just like text. This includes voice kind of communication. This probably includes captured images. This probably includes all of those like screenshots that you take. The other node that connects to the firewall, this black one with a shield and a lock, this says password. And this seems to be, if you do not unlock this, no matter what you do with the rest of this stuff, you are going to fill one of those full purge circles.
Oh.
You can see what looks like a little, almost maybe a printer with 1s and 0s coming off of it. And there's no information under that. And that's real weird to you. And you get the sense that that is a pure countermeasure. That is designed to keep you from whatever is on the other side. And you recognize what is on the other side of that printer looking icon. That would be credits. All of the credits that are stored as virtual currency are probably stored on that node. There is a similar node to that on the opposite side, that kind of pure security node. And opposite that, there is a sword icon. And this one reads Armory.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see.
That's armory.
You've already seen that Brigitte had a digitizer ring, a ring that is able to make a digital weapon kind of have real effects. This is probably, if there is a single sort of powerful prototype of that, that is probably where this is stored and would probably unlock that. The very bottom core is the VI chipset. If you can unlock this, it will likely eject the virtual intelligence of Fantasy Quest, and that could be loaded as a separate personality to any computer.
VI as in V.
Virtual intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Not quite artificial intelligence. This is a much more intelligent version of the voices that you could put on your GPS. This could be added. So, like, if you had a ship's computer that spoke to you, you could use any Fantasy Quest NPC to be the voice and personality of that ship.
Okay. And this is the chip?
VI chipset, yeah. The chip. You can see there is an icon that has a shield and 2 people on either side of it. This says authentication. And this is what you need to unlock in order to manipulate anything that is outside of the central server. It connects to a couple different things. The first one, on the very top, you see an icon that looks like a shield with a skull on it, and that says NPC Core. And you would imagine that the information stored there, all the different information relating to the NPCs of this, you would imagine the functions that you could manipulate here, if you were to keep Fantasy Quest going, would allow you to really control this world in a way that is fundamental. You could control the animals. You could really be a godlike figure with access to that node. The one below that is Infosphere. Using this node, you could probably transfer information, things like that, from Fantasy Quest to the world or galactic Infosphere. You see a little icon that says headset bombs. And you would imagine this is the one that will trigger all of the explosions or explosive devices set into all of the virtual quest headsets. And then finally, you see a little DNA helix, and underneath that it reads life support. This is where all those functions that keep people alive within this game are stored.
Oh my god.
And so you know roughly what each of these does.
Can we use any of this understanding to try to communicate with Echo?
How are you going to do that?
I don't know. I'm asking if Kit knows.
So, I mean, Kit knows that there is the ability to communicate. You've done that with other people.
Okay.
What method of transmission are you using?
Audio. Okay, so it's a no. I get that.
It's not.
No, this ways.
It's not. Joe's just asking, does Kid know?
Can I broadcast a telepathic message to to Echo?
Are you going to try that?
Yeah, I have broadcast message, so I'll just use that and broadcast a short telepathic message of up to 25 words.
And what do you say?
Creatures in the area.
Yeah.
So,
Spice feels a ping
Bugs.
of info.
what's this android's name again?
Oh, their name is Echo. And Bub is gonna kind of like move off a little bit to the side with Bridget to have a side conversation with her in a second.
Still, the police are still holding Bridget for what it's worth.
No,
You
no,
kind of,
they-
No, he passed him.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I was
okay.
trying to tell you that.
Don't go far.
Echo. This is Agent Brune Falstar. I'm with Bubs. Are you in danger? Do you need assistance?
As you speak, you can see the kind of light ruffling of Echo's hair explodes backwards, and in your kind of quiet white room, this loud voice just blasts the entire landscape across. Lights flare red on the console, but as it clears, everything goes back to normal. You hear every word of that in your core.
Hello.
As Echo says hello, every single electronic device in this entire place, every single light, every single screen goes white. And in this instant, you see a digital version of Echo's face, these two glowing eyes glowing white out, and you just hear from every single screen, every single speaker, from the little headphones that Bubs you got out of that little capsule from the machine upstairs, everything just plays Echo's voice.
That's so cool.
Hello.
You got it. It's very exciting.
Echo, are you a ship?
Do I hear that?
No. You hear nothing back.
I mean, you're telepathy.
I mean,
I don't think she can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
no,
But for
I
what
don't
that's
do
worth-
it telepathically.
That includes all of your communicators.
Oh shit. Can you do that again, sir? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Well, we all heard. You asked them if they needed help. They didn't. I forgot my voice. You asked them if they needed help and they didn't say anything. All they said was hello. Maybe you should try again.
Echo is an android of few words.
Okay, but that's a yes or no question.
You're right. You're totally right.
Maybe
I
try
hear
again.
you.
She might be disoriented.
Try
I
again.
don't do that.
I'm a little bit worried because it seems like. Alright. I cast broadcast message. I say, Echo, we've received your message on all channels. And when I said I mean all channels. Do you require assistance?
Oh. Echoes Echo kind of like leans forward and just once more.
Echo, in the whiteness of this space, you see a white globe with each ping of your communicator. And you see over that digital white lettering that just reads, the director.
Bing!
Hello, Echo.
The fuck are you doing here?
Do you require help?
Yes, director.
You are currently trapped on a server. This is something that you can be disconnected from. But upon disconnecting, the current state will be saved. Are you prepared to save the state?
What does that entail?
I believe this will impact everything connected to the Fantasy Quest server. Whatever you have set the programming to do will take place.
The programming is outside of my knowledge. Do you have any experience with this language?
Make a diplomacy check.
Does Echo get like a modifier because they're dating? I'll take that as a yes.
It's an 11.
Plus 11 equals 22.
I am unfamiliar with this dialect. However, I can ascertain the rough function of each node.
That would be useful.
So the director gives you like an overview the same way that I just did for everybody else. Additionally, the director tells you these red lines, each one is currently set to neutral. You could open that, which will allow you to access the node beyond. Or you could close that and just kind of leave it as it is, and that will probably sever the connection beyond there. When you hit the central button, everything that you've opened, everything that you've set will submit that. It will probably disconnect you as it does, and then whatever changes will take place. You get the sense that interacting with nothing will leave everything as either neutral or inactive. Things like life support.
I don't even know what Olive would choose. It's like
Echo kind of like looks at the overview of things that they were given. What was the NPC what?
NPC core.
NPC core, okay. I just didn't hear the last word. Oh, God,
Oh,
yeah.
Oof.
I am not entirely sure what to do and what to prioritize in this moment. Generally, in situations impacting many lives, I would seek guidance, but it seems that it is just you and I.
Echo, if it is of comfort, this will impact relatively few lives. I currently read 13,221 connections, not counting yours.
not that many. Not that many.
In the grand scheme of things, that is relatively few. Thank you, Director.
You're welcome, Echo.
If one were to desire to shut down the game and disconnect all safely, would that require an avenue towards the life support systems?
Almost certainly.
Well, I suppose I have learned a little bit of hacking skills since the last time I was caught. Might as well try again. Echo is going to attempt to navigate away from the core towards authentication.
Okay.
Are we all hearing this on the screens?
No.
So does it seem like it's just gone dead, or that she's just not?
Echo's just not responding.
talking?
I mean,
Okay.
you know, the message gets transmitted by Bruin, and maybe Echo's busy. They haven't fallen down or anything, but they're still very much connected to this machine.
I'm gonna gonna start casting Detect Thoughts on Echo.
Okay.
As this is happening, I'm gonna bring Bridget over to Hunter.
Okay. So you begin to bring Bridget over there. For you, as you cast Detect Thoughts at first, obviously, Echo's right there.
Yep.
Secondly, you get Echo's intelligence score, which is...
It's fine. What? I see it.
15.
Okay.
And then what are the surface thoughts that Echo is experiencing?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh
Just
no, oh no.
Repeating. You bring Brigitte off
Yeah.
to the side.
As I go over to Brigitte, and I look over with Hunter, I'm gonna kind of talk behind. Like, imagine Brigitte's in front of me, and I'm kind of talking into her ear. You and we're not so different. I know what you mean when you say you feel trapped.
You're going slow if you're dragging her too, because she's a large creature.
Yeah. Bubs is gonna with one hand he'll take out the spray.
Okay.
And he'll spray it around himself to show the bubble that's kind of still around him.
Okay.
I have this bubble around me. Some bad people did this to me when I was a child. I've been having changes with my body since this happened, and it's only gotten worse. I've never been able to taste or smell anything. And for a while I was used to it. I grew up in this orphanage, and Hunter was there too, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, sure, we couldn't go outside or live normal lives, but we had each other.
You can see these large black eyes kind of flick over to you, and through the metal mouth she says, "Would you want to go outside? Would you want to see mountains and oceans and stars without number?
No sponsor.
You can have that. I don't know what Hunter is, but you can have that too. You can have everything."
Hunter is my family. And he's gonna point to Hunter right in front of us.
You pull around the ship, and as you point, that space is very much empty.
What?
Bubbles, make a perception check.
What?
Bye. Where'd you go?
What? That's a 9. Plus
And aside from Hunter not being there,
19.
nothing else has changed. Not a single thing.
Where did they go?
You can see the eyes close for just a second, and she's passing in and out. She has, for what it's worth, she has 8 points of health.
Yeah.
And so on the verge of unconsciousness, but you almost can see the eyes smile a little bit. And before she passes out, you can hear she just says, "Some family." And then unconscious.
No, wake up. Tell me where she went. What's going on? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Still unconscious. You doing anything to wake her up?
Bubs is gonna try to just gently try to slap her on the face.
Okay.
Non-lethally.
Yeah. You slap.
Yeah,
10
for sure.
Bubs
points, he
is
dies.
just gonna yell, "You can't! No, my family!"
It's silent in here. All of the sounds that had been piped in, silent. All that you just heard was hello from Echo, and then just static, and that's still what's hanging in the air, and then you just hear Bubbles begin to yell. And so yeah, you definitely hear this.
You can't do this!
Close the holographic interface and I run out and see what's going on. What's going on?
You can see Bubbles holding an unconscious Bridget, kind of slapping her in the face, yelling to wake up.
Cease, what did you do to her?
The large creature is gone.
She passed out. I think her injuries.
Bruin, make a perception check. Kit, make a perception check.
18.
28.
Bruin, there's something different. As you round the corner, you're a veteran of this force, and so you feel like something is off, but you can't put a finger on it. Beyond just this huge creature being gone, Kit, you are now it's like the adrenaline is surging over you. Everything is catching up, and you are shaking as this courses through your body. I mean, you've never had this kind of experience before, and then it kind of hits you that it's not just the adrenaline; it's cold in here, really cold. For what it's worth.
Do I have any sense of what that could possibly mean?
Oh man, I mean, make a what?
Like based on what I have seen so far here today.
Make an engineering check, or a mechanics check. I
Yes,
can't remember what that is.
Sir, I will. 35.
35. You instantly look up. Whenever there is a drop in temperature, air conditioning. First thing that you think of, and you look up, and indeed, you see here vents. They are intact and kind of set up, but at the moment, you don't see any running air. The little ribbons like limp against this. But it does feel cold, and as you walk closer to the vents, it gets colder, but not from the vents, from the ramp.
Okay.
And at the very top of the ramp, I mean, you must be hallucinating because it couldn't possibly be snowing.
No!
Joe.
What is she doing here?
Did you do this to me?
What?
No, it's
I know, it's great.
Oh my god.
She's just like, boss, look.
What?
You guys are like watching like halfway
little-
between a telenova. We're in this.
No, I get it.
You can see there's just the faintest bit of frost that is kind of like on the railing itself. It is like the temperature just plummeted up there.
All right.
Almost faint bits of snow.
Does Bub see any of this?
You see like both the PLA agents, they come up and they're about to like intervene with you, and then they stop and like point, and they're looking, and if you turn your attention now, with your perception check, you don't really feel the cold. You don't really see that. You kind of get the sense that there is like kind of a little bit of frost up there, and that probably brings some memories to you. Yeah, you notice that there's some stuff amiss.
Do I have any inkling that this place is going to become inhospitable to us? Like, it's going to just keep dropping or something? Or do I feel like...
Make a natural sciences check.
Natural science.
Life
We're going to use
science.
all the skills
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Life science?
life science, sorry.
Remember that time
Or
yesterday?
physical science. It doesn't matter. They're both
Life
the same.
science.
I don't know why I asked.
We were making our characters.
21.
21.
What's life
So
science?
if the temperature continued to drop at the rate that it must have dropped, you would barely be able to breathe at the moment. And so it's like there was something happened, and instantly, with everything that just went on, you've seen cryo grenades used before. It kind of reminds you of that, like an explosive amount of cold energy. But it's from somewhere off on the floor above you. You can't quite see whatever that was.
From where we came from?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kit is going to be, just out loud, is going to be like, boss, it wasn't snowing in there when we were in there.
No, it wasn't. Mosaic, T-Fon, do you know what's going on?
Bubs is
Weapon
gonna,
authority.
Yeah, immediately trains her gun.
Bubs is gonna look up, and he's gonna see like the air conditioner, but he's gonna think, this building hasn't really been operable, and the coolants that they use probably aren't even that strong anymore, so it can't be. And then he thinks she was here. This is probably her mission.
Your eyes kind of like drift around, and you can see there's all these posters. You see the aquatic aliens menacing and cartoonish, almost like Lashunta, you're realizing. But you also notice off in the distance, there are a lot of Fantasy Quest posters as well, and one does catch your eye. The Ice Mage of Mazagazi.
I don't know what this is, Bruin, but let's just hope that
Sometimes people lie to cops. What are you saying?
let's just hope that
It happens all the time.
my teammate just made it out.
Okay. That's what you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean outside of the ones here?
Yeah, the person I pointed to earlier. They probably just left.
The one with the tentacles? That one had tentacles?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one with the tentacles?
Yeah, they probably just need to go outside for some cold air.
Wait.
Okay, you know
Where are
them
my
better than
eyes,
we do.
Bat?
Okay, yeah, for sure. That seems suspicious. With your previous sense motive check, absolutely, there's something weird about what he's saying. Like for cold air, you look up and it's physically snowing on the 3rd floor of a parking garage in a space station. The climate couldn't be more controlled, and it's snowing.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but we have a mission.
These folks seem like they're capable. I mean, we can't help their friend, and everyone's stable. And if we don't complete this mission, then I won't have completed my first mission, boss.
All right, listen here, Bubs. I appreciate the map you gave us. Is there anything that you need from us before we head off to find our vehicle?
No, I think we're good.
Are you sure that friend over there is good? And I point to Echo.
You can see Echo just hands still on the computer, hair back, eyes glowing white.
Boss, I don't know if there's anything we can do.
Bubs thinks that he wants to help Echo, but
I have Echo, don't worry.
he has to trust Echo, yeah.
So what are you going to do for Echo?
I'm trying to read their thoughts.
Okay.
Still.
Oh, right.
And Bubs is just going to tell Bruin, I think we're good, thank you.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Make a will save, Echo.
Oh, and real quick, I'm just going to exchange information.
Okay.
Contact information, so...
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
No problem. So to your
card,
communicator
Yeah.
that you use to communicate with people, you get the information for your new companions from the PLEA. Kind of file that away in your Demponuto.
15.
Bubs, I appreciate the work that your Mosaic Team 5 doing at Akiton. Is there anything you need? Here's my contact info too.
Thank you, and I'll put in a good word to Wesley.
So you are working on this while this kind of consciousness probes at your thoughts. But what are you doing in there? Are you trying to work this out yourself?
Justine Clark. That's what I meant to say.
Echo would probably try to ask for assistance from the director.
Yeah.
To help with navigating from the core to the authentication node.
And what the director would say is, to do this, you will need to change the red channel leading to the authentication server from the central Fantasy Quest core to the open position. You will then need to enter the authentication node. So you go over, you wave your hand over the red line, and it just opens. As if in the middle, it kind of switches, and you could see it's like the red line is now broken. Mm-hmm. As you do this, go ahead and make a computers check.
Can I help? Because I'm in her mind.
So you're getting surface thoughts.
Yeah, but what about any thoughts of the mind in the area? Is it just because it's just any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean,
now?
you're getting bits and pieces of what Echo. It's surface thoughts again, so it's not any thoughts. I don't believe.
Okay, well then I'll just guard Echo's physical body.
But you're getting a glimpse of what's happening here. 31.
You don't even need my help.
With the 31, you easily bypass this first node. This is the way in which you can authenticate with everything beyond the server itself. And so as you do this, suddenly the director's voice becomes clearer, and you get the sense that you can communicate with any infosphere connected device any way that you normally would. It's almost like you have a massive communication channel across the infosphere. You see from this node connected, there are red lines that you can open to either Infosphere or NPC core. And if you're going towards life support, Infosphere will be next.
Mm-hmm.
You go in there?
I have to sneeze.
Okay, no worries.
Don't sneeze inside Fantasy Quest.
Everybody dies.
There are 11,100 connections.
So you said Echo would recognize that they have a connection to pretty much any device or all devices.
To pretty much any device connected to the infosphere.
So Echo can choose one, basically.
Correct. Now, again, you can. This is almost like you can send a message to this. You can't like control these devices, but yes.
Yeah, no, that was what I was hoping to hear.
Yeah.
Echo sends a general status green to the Mosaic Team 5 units.
Okay.
And also, none of her team's really good with computers except for one.
No, and for what it's worth, right now you pulse that green out. Shade and Gibbs both very wrapped up. Spice never checks her communicator canonically. Bubbles is currently talking and exchanging information. So let's say, Bubbles, you see your screen briefly. Blink green.
Oh, one second. I got a message. And I'll look at my screen.
Okay. Weird, you don't see anything now, but you just saw a blink of green. You look at your messages. I mean, you see they're all still there. You see one that you just sent to Bruin, like, hey, this is Bubs. You see, like, your message history with Spice, with Echo, with Shade, but you don't see any green anymore. It was just like a flash.
Bubs is gonna walk over with Bridget, just dragging the body. And he's just gonna go up to Spice. Spice,
I'm like with Echo in the hole.
Yeah, I'm like above the hole.
Okay.
Goes a little head in.
I don't know if what's going on is affecting all the electronics here or not, but did you get anything on your communicator? I just got like a weird flash.
Spice looks at her communicator.
12,000 missed messages. Yeah.
Hard to say.
Oh, yeah, you're always, so popular on your phone. It's hard probably for you to notice.
You talk to everybody.
Just never respond.
Echo
Everybody
thinks
wants me.
real hard about the fact that Shade is still out. Which means that the second in command is in charge.
Yeah, Bubbles.
Sorry.
And thinks back to a specific conversation where they were told that Bubs is in charge for morale and not for skill. And then it's like,
Still counts.
not to Echo. And Echo sends out a general message. It's like, I have access to the main console for Fantasy Quest.
On every electronic in this space, from every virtual reality cabinet, from every old burned out smoke detector, you hear Echo's voice. Just speak this, and each one at the same time. This is a legion of Echo voices.
Spice, did you hear
Do I see
that?
that on mic?
How can I miss it?
Oh yeah.
We're basically already leaving though, right? Like walking.
Yeah.
If you guys
Don't
are
leave it!
at the ramp, yeah.
I'd like to send a message to a friend of mine who's really far away from here, and
Sure.
I said, hey, quick question. Did you just get something on your communicator that seems odd?
Okay. You send that message off, and I would say only a couple seconds later, you get a message right back, and just, no, why?
Thanks, I owe you one. And I'll send him an emoji of a beer.
Just a question mark, and then another one comes through, exclamation mark.
Don't leave yet.
I guess what? Why?
Please stand by. And
That's why-
Echo navigates to the infosphere node.
Okay, so you...
Our mechanic
Infosphere
is
node.
down.
You switch that red pathway to open, and as you touch the infosphere, you recognize that you are stepping out into the same infosphere that you would connect to if you did so through your communicator. You are browsing the web.
Echo kind of begins to psych themselves up, and they're just like, Director, are you still there?
Hello, Echo. Much clearer.
The next node says, Headset Mom. Is that correct?
That is correct, Echo. It is linked to the power source of each virtual reality headset.
This seems like a silly function to include in a computer program for entertainment.
That would indicate that this was not originally designed for entertainment.
I assume that entering this node would trigger some sort of countermeasure.
It is very possible. There is a associated task with entering this node, and if done incorrectly, almost certainly will detonate all of these devices.
Is communication available outside of this node?
I do not understand your meaning.
If I were to enter the node, would I be cut off from the main communication lines?
No, you should be able to communicate from anywhere within.
Thank you. Proceed.
Echo, make a real important computers check.
Yeah, what is this?
This is for the countermeasures.
I think
Not
I
designed
I'd
for
like to
entertainment?
ask a question.
Yeah.
Do I have any friends or family that use fantasy?
Roll 27 dice.
Oh,
Roll 27 dice.
they're about to die, brother.
We're gonna come back in like a
Natural
year with a
one.
vendetta.
Natural
Oh.
one? No, you don't.
Okay.
I did odds or evens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kid,
Oh, wow.
do you know anyone who?
26.
Do you have
For
any
countermeasures.
loved ones that use fantasy quests?
2.
Yeah. You got a cousin.
I have a cousin. Why?
Echo, you take a deep breath, you psych yourself up, and because it is 9:42,
Oh my god!
this is where we're going to end for this evening. So thank you for joining us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. Vincent and Hannah, thank you so much for
So
joining
good.
us on short notice. And guests. We will be back next week on Thursday, but if you can't wait that long, on Sunday, we're going to re-air this episode, followed by the session of D&D that we'll be playing tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Albron RPG on YouTube. But please stay safe. We'll see you next week or tomorrow. Goodbye.
See you, space boyfriend. Beep.